right. It feels right. Yeah, I'm only saying that it feels right.
Ho, 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 and happy, happy holidays. It is a Christmas time of year. We need to talk a little bit about Festivus. I saw something about that. I think that was made up on Seinfeld. I don't really know anything about it, but we have our guest today so far. Hi, Amy Gibb Gish. How are you?
I'm
then
fine.
one of the
How are
most
you?
important parts of this show, of course. Wilhelm Cannolis, or Hans
Gruber. My fond farewell.
Aww.
Bon voyage.
Did you see the Hans Gruber holiday calendar?
I posted it on Facebook.
Yeah, you did that. Okay. I was
Yes.
wondering if you did that
And
or
I
not.
thought
The Advent calendar where he falls.
Yes, that was
It's
hysterical.
kind of genius.
I loved it. So, no, I'm Hans Gruber tonight just to piss off Walter. So, because he doesn't.
I saw
like
a cool
it.
shirt that I was thinking about getting for you, Bill. It's a really cool shirt. It just says "Yippee-ki-yay," and then the back of it has a gun that's taped to the back. It looks like it.
Nice.
It's print.
Yeah, I would have taken that. Well, tonight I'm wearing my Clark Griswold jersey.
Nice.
Nice.
Check
Yes.
the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yes. Then tomorrow we are going to go see, as a family, we're going to go see Elf at the theater, and then we go see Christmas Vacation next Saturday at the theater. So it'd be kind of nice to see it on the big screen. But I'm all into my holiday movies now, so I'm all on board with that. Do you guys ever see the movie Holiday Inn?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it's one of the movies I enjoyed watching with my parents when I was growing up. Fred Astaire, Virginia Dale, and Bing Crosby. It's a great movie.
Oh, I probably have seen it then.
Classic
Yeah,
movie.
I was thinking some Christmas romance movie.
Oh.
No,
Oh
back
my
then-
gosh! When I first saw you, Pauline, I thought that was a bandage across your cheeks and nose. When I saw you on the small down here low, and I was like, "Oh my God, what happened to Pauline?"
So, how is everyone's Christmas so far?
Last day of work.
Woot!
For you, for the year?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been so busy. I've had so much vacation planned that I had to keep turning in my vacation to do other stuff.
Very
So
nice.
I apparently hoarded all my vacation, and the company just passed a new rule this year that you can't roll it over anymore. So I'm taking it.
That's where I'm at. That's
so
where I'm at.
up tonight.
Yep. I'm allowed to keep 40 hours of vacation and 40 hours of sick. After that, I lose it. So I've got to burn. I'm on vacation 22nd to the 3rd. So I've got to blow it all off and use it all up or I lose it. So and then they said, well, you can donate it. I'm like, I don't donate vacation. I take vacation. So it doesn't
if you got a friend if there's somebody in the company who has to have, like cancer treatments or something like that, and
that's different.
That's different. But just to put it into
no.
If I'm in control of it, if I know about that person and I want to give them that time, I'm happy to do that. I don't want to put it into a hopper that somebody else makes a decision on where it goes. Same with I kind of feel the same way with my taxes. I pay taxes, but I'm like, that's why we vote. That's why we vote in a democracy. So if we don't like the way our taxes are being spent, then we vote for somebody else to come in and spend them differently. So that's kind of how I feel. That's my whole. That's as far as a foray as I want to ever get into, as far as politics are concerned.
Right.
I just want to know who's spending money and how.
I hear you.
Anyway.
I hear you. No, so it's been Lee and I have been doing this for 3-4 years. We actually started off with a radio show in his parents' house for 2 years, right?
Yep.
And then you had your surgery. We took a little bit of a hiatus from that.
Yep.
And then obviously the pandemic came, but we were able to do this. But
Mhm.
it's been great to do these shows with you guys. I will pop up periodically, but now with Emily's basketball schedule and all that, it's pretty much every Friday night is eaten up. So, and I'll be working on my book next year. So, if you guys are ever at Giant, you should get this.
What is that? That looks cool.
This is a magazine all about Christmas. It's on display at all the Giant, or you can get it at Walgreens, you can get it everywhere. But it's a magazine about tradition. It's the music,
Cool.
it's the movies, it's the history of Santa Claus, the history of Christmas and all that. And it's pretty fascinating reading about all this stuff and kind of how Christmas started, and we'll get into all that later on. Have a Christmas trivia, and I have a little present for Fred with Christmas trivia. So we'll be getting into that. But I want to start off with, do you guys have a favorite Christmas moment growing up?
I had to think about it a little bit, but I'm sure.
Was there a year growing up that stood out to you, and then it really has stuck with you all these years? Besides church parking.
No cat.
I would say every year there's been something that was made that Christmas fantastic.
Focusing on when you were growing up, though.
But when I was a kid, I was probably 8, maybe not. I don't know if I was that old. I swear I saw Santa Claus landing on our roof. It was a big chunk of snow that blew. We had a lot of, growing up in New England, we probably had a foot of snow on the roof. And it just fell. Like, sometimes they just fall off.
Yeah.
Right.
But man, I swear till today, I'm 68 years old, and I would tell you.
It was me. It was me, Fred. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks. I knew it. I swear I saw it land. And I think of it all. I think of that.
I saw you, little Freddie. I saw you.
You know how some of those things that, like, okay, they're obviously untrue, but they stuck with you. That you believe you get that same feeling you did 60 years ago. Yeah. Telling the story, I get giddy. I think of
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Cheesehead.
I never had the elf growing up. My parents didn't do the elf on the shelf.
We're too old for that.
They didn't even know. We're too old for that. I mean, that started in that's a 2000 something.
Yeah. That's my kids. That's my grandkids.
Yeah. Your grandkids.
Grandkids. Yeah.
Not even your kids, I don't think, Fred.
No,
my kids, yes. I have.
Not mine.
So I would say around 15 years ago is when that really started.
Hey,
and somebody came up with the idea. And
I tried the elf, but I packed it away one year and I couldn't remember where it went.
Oh, we had many nights where I was like, oh shit, I didn't move the damn elf, and then I
jump out of bed at 2 a.m. to go
right, and then I had those where I don't know where I put it.
Oh Jesus!
And then you're really stressing out. I didn't know where I put it, because if your kid sees it in the same place,
Mom, where's the elf?
You're screwed. But no, for me, it was always the song Christmas Eve in Washington, because it was played on the radio. You couldn't buy the CD. She didn't sell the rights to it.
Right.
So my mom and I would on Christmas Eve, we would always wait for the song to come up, and no matter where we were in the house, the moment somebody heard it, they'd rush in and turn the song up, and it meant a lot, because if you grew up in this area, it has meaning. More so than folks who didn't grow up in this area, because it's all about Washington, D.C. But I distinctly remember that one. That was a very, very big deal in my house on Christmas Eve, because you never know when they were gonna play it, and they would play it a couple times throughout the day, but you never knew when. It's not like today, where you can pretty much go, "Hey, can you play this song?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I wonder if you can call.
We'll call the L&B show, and they'll play it next. So,
shut up.
Yeah.
Music is huge.
Hear that on the way back from midnight mass. Driving through Chuck's old neighborhood, looking at the lanterns.
Middle Ridge.
Yeah, we do that on the way back from midnight mass, and then that would play while we're watching.
Right. Yeah. But growing up, did you guys have a particular fond Christmas time when you were growing up? Is there something that your families did that's kind of stands out today? And, maybe it's a tradition in your house now.
We used to, when we were little kids, it was a big deal when my dad would get out the sing along with Mitch Miller Christmas album that had multiple inserts with the words to all the songs.
Nice.
So that was the big deal. So Dad would get that out and he'd carefully put it on the big, gigantic wooden, stereophonic living room console record player thing. And he would pass out the sing-along sheets. And it got to be a big deal as you got older and you could read the words and you could sing along. And that was a big thing.
Right.
For our family, doing that and baking cookies and decorating the tree. And so our family had nighttime Christmas Eve.
Hey, can you play this song? And I was like, yeah.
I'm like, what's that sound coming through? Christmas Eve services. I was in the choir basically since I was in
Lee and I were Christmas Eve was big for us growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, as we it changed. I mean, when I was younger, my parents and I and just like Bill's parents, and he very involved at Good Shepherd Church. And basically, I mean, honest to God, I don't think the place could have run without the Baileys and the Knowles and the Stows.
That's
I mean,
cool.
we basically and I'm kidding, of course. That's not true. There's lots of families that were involved. But we, as far as the Baileys, we were in the choir. I know my dad held down the bass section. I loved singing in Light Shine, and people freak out if I, for some reason, wasn't there for something.
Yeah.
But as we got older, Bill and I, and we graduated out of high school, we became the Parkers on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We parked everybody. And
we did the Episcopals. We did the Catholic style parking.
We did the Catholic style where you had to pull in. Yeah. Anyway, we were out there all Christmas Eve night, whether it rained, snowed, or whatever. And that's what we did. And so part of my family's tradition, though, because we've always been in the choirs, and that was always the case, we always did Christmas Eve. We would do the 7 o'clock service. And then for a while we were the junior, family choir kind of thing at 7, we would come home at 9 during the 9 service, didn't go to the 9 service, and we would have Reubens. My mom made Reubens every Christmas Eve. And God, they were so good. But we made Reubens. We would have Reubens, and we would all open one present. And then we would go back to church for midnight mass, come home, go to sleep, and wake up the next morning.
Right.
So that was our tradition every Christmas Eve.
So here's an interesting I've got so many crazy Christmas things, but I found out when I was a little kid, my parents, if they had big gifts for us and couldn't hide them in the house, they hid them across the street at the neighbor's house. The neighbor had a Christmas Eve birthday. So when we were little and we'd just come back from church, because we only went to the early service, they'd put us to bed. The babysitter would show up, and then my parents would cross the street for the party. And they apparently, after the party, that's when they would smuggle all the gifts back. And we had no idea because we just thought our parents were over at the Christmas party.
Right
across the street. And
Santa brought those presents that night.
Yeah, and apparently they coordinated with the babysitter exactly when we had to be in bed. So we had no clue.
Right.
So that's kind of the cool stuff you learn about, all the shenanigans that went on.
Right. Like Lee, you got Clark Crawford on there. You need to get him on the show. Obviously, you all left cookies and milk for Santa, right? Okay.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he ate it.
Yeah. And then Lee and I, not only the choir and the park, but we were also acolytes too. And if you were acolyte for the 11 o'clock service, you were the head acolyte. You were head honcho at that thing, and you basically ran the show. So, not to say anything bad about this. There was definitely some drama at good old Good Shepherd, because Lynn Stalkup, I acolyted every single Sunday. I was the head acolyte or some acolyte, usually the head, because then whoever it was scheduled to be the head would be the crucifer or something like that, whatever. But I was usually the head acolyte all Christmas, all year long at church services. And so Lynn Stalkup said, when it came time to schedule the acolytes for the 11 o'clock service, he made me the head acolyte. And because as a
kind of a reward, because I'd been there all the time. And so I think Bill was actually the Crucifer. So we were partners, and so.
And we did it military. We did it like military style. Like we weren't screwing around.
No.
It was an honor to do that.
One of our great parishioners, Clark, join us, man. I just sent you the link, bro.
Yeah, come on on.
So come on. So one of the things that was kind of a drama thing was one of our big time parishioners and such a good man, John Monroe. His son used to be the Christmas Eve acolyte, and he went off to college. And the first year he was off to college, he came back and was head acolyte. But the next year, when Lynn Salkup was in charge, he made me the head acolyte. And John, as humble as he was a little ticked off. He figured, my son, that's what my son comes back and does. And Lynn Salkup said, "You want me to be your acolyte coordinator? Then Lee's the head acolyte." That's what he said to our rector. Right. So Dave Jones had to tell John, sorry, John. And I didn't know about this until years later when Lynn Salkup told me. He said, "Yeah, I had to go to the floor with you." And I was like, "What?" And I had no idea. There was never a hoo-ha. John Monroe never gave me any crap about it. He was awesome. John and I got along so great. He was such a great man. Such a great man. Right. And but there's times we had some crazy issues going on. Here's Clark Crawford, everybody. Hey, man, oh man. There's my friend. How are you, Clark?
I'm doing great. I only got a couple of minutes, but
that's okay.
I just love watching you guys, man. Y'all have no idea. I'm always looking in.
Clark, do you have a favorite moment growing up?
Christmas moment.
Yeah?
Do you have a favorite Christmas moment
growing up?
Break it up, Billy.
That's okay.
Oh, I have a bunch of them when I was a little boy.
Yeah, give us one. Give us one. I know you had a rough childhood.
Did you try to open up your presents ahead of time and see what was there like I did, and then Scotch tape it back?
Me and my little brother, we were always the first one down. We got frustrated because it always took so long for my mom and dad to come down,
Right. Did you have the Lifesaver book in your stocking?
Oh, yeah.
No.
It was a tradition. It was a tradition in my house. You had the Lifesaver book. That was in your stocking every year.
That had like 8 rolls of Lifesavers in it, and it was always in my stocking.
I have a question about the Lifesaver roll.
Yeah.
When we were kids, didn't it have like different flavors? Like there was a butterscotch and a cherry and a mix. Because today they only have the mixed rolls in it.
Right. Really? I haven't even seen them.
I keep looking for the ones that have the.
No, you can't find them. You can't find these sorts. It's all the same flavor.
Yeah, butterscotch was actually pretty good.
Butter rum.
Butter
rum. Yeah.
I'm glad you reminded me. You know those pink Canada mints?
Yeah, the ones. Remember? Yeah, so you know the guy who made those, and you have his card.
And the photo with them.
Yeah.
My grandmother, who was born 116 years ago, always had those for us for Christmas. That was always the extra thing. We all got a bag of those things. And I continued it with our kids. And I'm making a note to make sure we get it for the grandkids. I'm sure we've done it before for the grandkids, but it just now hit me that I got to get them their pink candies. And when we talk about grandmothers, and they've got 4 great grandmothers. Yeah. We talk about the one with the pink candies. Oh yeah, okay. They never met her, of course, but because there's too much of a gap. But they know the stories and
they know where they come from. Right. How about this one, everybody? How many people in this group had at Christmas? Their mom had that crystal bowl that had the candies in it. When you grabbed that one candy on top, pulled the whole freaking thing out of the. It was
but my grandma did.
Your grandma had that? Mm-hmm. You remember that, Clark? You're a Texas boy. That's a Texas thing. You didn't have little hard candies that were in the bowl? And
my great aunt Babe had the hard Christmas candy that was all stuck together. Yep, ribbon candy.
See, Clark and I should actually, we probably have more stuff in common because we're both Texas boys. And so my family,
I
my
just remember
grandmother.
this. I remember the stockings, and there was always money in there, but it was buried at the bottom. You had to pull out. And
Oh, nice.
I remember the walnuts.
Yeah,
Julie grew up with her family. They wrapped all of the items in the stocking.
Yes, my
I
wife
didn't.
too.
I didn't grow up with that. I'm like, I just want to know what the hell is in there. I don't want to
Our
unwrap
Santa
it.
did that
I just
too.
undo it.
Our
Isn't
Santa
that
wrapped
weird?
all of them in tissue paper.
See, my point was this: is Santa didn't wrap those presents in the stocking. He just threw in stocking stuff.
Yep, you just chucked
You
them
know?
in there. So
No
it's been that
presents
tradition here for
wrapped in
20
the
years that we wrap all the
Yeah, that's what we do
stocking.
too.
And everyone, I don't have the patience to wait, but at this house, everyone opens one stocking item at a time, and I'm getting impatient because I just want to get to the good shit.
Yeah.
So let's get all of it out of the stocking now, and let's
Yeah.
move on to the tree.
You know,
And
that's
with
what we used to do. We weren't allowed to get into our stocking until everybody was there.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
but once everybody was there, all right, go into your stockings. And
Right.
everyone would get through their stockings and see what they had. They didn't have to go, what's the next thing in your stocking? Ugh. That's
Right.
what we used
Well,
to
didn't y'all turn yours upside down and just let it all pour out?
I just let it
yeah,
all out.
but I'm
It's-
telling you, my wife's tradition was it was all wrapped and you pulled one at a time out of your stocking and opened them. Oh.
Stocking to me is like Halloween candy. I just dump the shit out. I just want to know what's in there, and we'll just lay it all out. And my brother and I would fight over, and my mom had to make sure we both had the same damn thing.
Of
Because we
course.
would argue if my brother got one more item than I did, or he got a better item. The fighting already starts, and it was my mom got the same stuff. But and I Matchbox cars,
Yes,
the lightsaber book. I mean,
Have,
No, I
have
was
you
about
all?
to say that. That was the thing. You got the Matchbox cars, right? And it was like, hey, how come he got that Matchbox car? I want that Matchbox car.
Right.
That was the argument. So you had to
Right.
have identical Matchbox cars. Because
Right.
my
You all
God,
going
if you gave him a Ferrari and me a whatever Ford Mustang. Oh no, I want the Ferrari. Oh,
Right,
the
right.
Mustang.
And the year, the one of the Christmases that stands out for me is the year I got the big wheel, because I lost my mind. I went outside with. I mean, it was the big wheel was the last gift, and so we would normally have the Christmas tree in our living room.
Yeah.
And so when I didn't notice that the big wheel was there, and my parents said to look downstairs where the fireplace was, I lost my mind. I was on the big wheel probably for about 5 to 6 hours straight outside, racing down the street, hitting the brakes, spinning the wheels. And one of my friends also got a big wheel, so we were outside at the time. But when I didn't,
Well, you
when I
also
didn't initially
lived on a
see it,
perfect street for that too.
yeah. When I didn't initially see it, I was pissed until they said, "Look downstairs." And then the year you get the bike and all that kind of crap. So
Yeah, I don't think I ever got when I was 7 years old. I got a bike and not a big wheel. My sister got a big wheel, which I proceeded to ride the hell out
big
of.
wheel was one of the best inventions of all time.
Yeah,
I mean, it was one hell of an invention. So
What? Here's a question I have for everybody. What was the first big ticket present you ever got that you remember? You know, like for instance, mine was the bike. I got a bike. when I was
stereo.
like 7 or 8 years
Stereo.
old. Stereo for you? Okay.
Mhm.
What about
Because
you?
it had the 8-track, the cassette, and the turntable, and the
Nice.
speakers all in one shot. Which I hated 8-tracks. I'm not an 8-track fan. I could kill us with the damn things. I hated
That's what
8-track.
Clark grew up on.
Yeah, I can. No. If I couldn't fast forward to the next song, I had to keep hitting the button. I'm like, no, this is not going to work for the cassette tape. So
That's how you work. That's how the 8-tracks work, though. They would go to the next song. You just push the button, it would
Yeah.
the next song. And that was the cool thing about the 8-tracks. Even though I don't remember even really ever having one. I remember my dad
Never
had
got
an
into it.
8-track player in his car, and my uncle had one in his truck, and they were cool. And he had a ton of tapes. What was your big item, Clark? Do you remember ever getting a
Bike,
in Texas, it might have been a rifle.
probably a bike.
A bike. Okay.
Barbie Dream House, Barbie Townhouse Dream House.
Look at Diva. Diva's like, I didn't get any of that stuff.
We didn't really get big things. You know, I had a stay-at-home mom, so it was a one-income family back in the 70s and 80s. So not a lot of huge stuff. I think I remember getting a stereo, a record player with a cassette, and and a radio built in. So that's why I'd make my mixtapes off the radio.
Right.
But I think that was Christmas. It could have been a birthday, but that's like one of the big first gifts I remember.
When was your birthday, Amy?
August.
Okay, so it's
we're
far
both
enough
Leos.
removed,
We're both
yeah.
Leos. But no, it
What
was.
about you, Fred?
I can't remember anything. And we did, like everybody else, get the big, but I can't remember anything.
A bike, stereo, hockey stick, anything.
Who the hell knows? I don't know. I mean, 60 years ago, what did I get? No guess.
I remember getting roller skates. That was a big deal.
That was a big deal. Yep.
I got a nice watch for our first Christmas after we got married.
Right. Oh, nice.
And I still have that watch. I wear it a lot. It's actually my church watch because a couple of years ago, like everybody else, had the cell phone in the pocket, and it was one of those like Amber Alerts. The whole freaking everybody's phones went nuts. I said I will never bring my phone into church again because I don't need that happening or somebody calling me or something going crazy.
Right.
So I got about 4 or 5 watches, and I got my retirement watch from the DOT when I retired. I thought I didn't think anybody did that anymore. That's like an old movie.
Yeah.
So I said I'm gonna wear the watch that Kathy got me. And that's my Sunday watch.
That was and that was when guys like Clark were up there preaching. You're doing this,
right? Yeah.
And see now with Christmas,
how long you gotta take?
Now with Christmas, with Christmas trees now you've got the ornaments that you grew up on, ornaments your wife grew up on, your ornaments that are now family. I mean, now you got so many damn ornaments. Now you got a second and third tree in the house because you have so many to choose from that it's just the tree is so top heavy now, and we have to have ornaments because of dumbass 1 and dumbass 2 who like to bat at them, and you cannot have a ornament that could break down low, so that has to be up top. So
this is my favorite. I've had this for about 60 years. I got it when I was a kid. Got married, found it at my parents' house, and they said, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "I'm taking it with me." And
there you go.
The light used to go in there, but I lost it.
Yeah.
Right.
And Kathy said you're leaving that on your desk. That's not coming down into my house.
Billy, I got to run, but what an honor,
Clark.
Man. I love
seeing
you.
Dude, it was great seeing you.
Dude.
Have a great holiday.
You're always
Merry
welcome,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Love you.
Happy holidays, buddy. All right, buddy.
See you, brother.
So do you guys have a Christmas that stands out? And it could be good or bad, but one that stands out. To this day, it stands out.
That stands out.
Tell us, Diva.
So, did I tell you about the flaming luminaries? Have I ever told you this story?
No.
All right, let me tell you. Galen's laughing. So
I'm laughing too because I can picture it. Go ahead.
Well, I grew up in Middle Ridge, right? You guys are familiar with Middle Ridge.
You line the driveway.
Every Christmas Eve, you do the luminaries, and you would supply the candles and the brown bags, and the homeowners association group would supply the sand. So you'd go pick up you get your sand, and then what we would do, because we'd have to get to church, we'd put them all out, put them all along the front sidewalk, and then you'd scoop the sand in, put the candle in, and before we left for church, we'd light them all up. And, it was a crapshoot. Windy days, the bags would burn. Rainy days, they'd go out. Well, one of the first Christmases Galen spent at our family's house, he's like, why would you do it one by one? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? So he said, let's fill them all in the garage, and then we'll put them in the thing, like the wheelbarrow, and then cart them down and put them down. Well, it was a good idea until he decided to light them in the wheelbarrow. We had a flaming wheelbarrow of 30 luminaries, flames 5 feet high.
Who decided to do this?
Galen did.
Yeah, of course.
Brand new. I just married this guy.
Don't say we. You're very sweet, Diva. Don't say we. That was all Galen.
So yeah, he did it. Yeah. He thought he was going to be so cool, and I'm like, that's not going to work. This is not a good idea. And he said, oh yeah, this is going to be great. This is so much better. Pissed my dad off to no. My dad's birthday's tomorrow, and I'm going to have to ask my dad.
You're not marrying that guy.
Do you remember? Yeah. Well, they still didn't like him at that point because we had run off and gotten married and eloped and the whole thing. And
that's right.
They still didn't like him. So then he burned down all of the luminaries and there was nothing left. We couldn't redo it. So that was like, we had to scrap the luminaries.
Another bunch of brown bags.
No, like the candles all melted into the sand. The sand couldn't be it was a disaster.
Oh, that's funny.
Absolutely.
It just occurs to me too, and I'm glad that I didn't think of it this when I was a teenager. But I remember seeing all those luminaries, and I just remember thinking they were cool. But if I had thought about it, being the pyro that I am, I would have gotten some damn lighter fluid and walked along and lit all of them up. I mean, that was what we would have done.
Right.
Oh, hell no.
No, when I watched the movie Holiday Inn the other night, I had never noticed this, but the one scene in his the lodge, he has a Christmas tree there. He has actual lit candles in the tree.
Yeah. Sure,
which would never work today.
Traditional.
That's how he didn't burn that damn tree down.
Well, you put them all the way at the end. So, but anyway,
Some people still do that.
That was common when I was a kid.
In Germany, when we lived in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when we lived in Germany, St. Nicolaus brought the tree. The tree came on Christmas Eve. You woke up in the morning, there was a tree and presents. On Christmas Eve, before you went to bed, there was no tree or presents in the house.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was. I remember going in their house and they were coming to my house going, the hell do you have a tree up for? We were all decorated and everything. And they didn't have any, because Santa Claus brings all the decorations.
Oh, Tannenbaum.
Yeah. And Dein Blätter. But yeah, so that was a very historical thing. It's probably in that magazine, actually, Bill, of tradition.
You are right there. It says Christmas and really the entire holiday season has been extolled as the most wonderful time of the year by millions of people around the world who celebrate it. But it hasn't always been that way. For centuries, long before the virgin birth of Jesus Christ, wintertime was a bleak affair, especially for those in the northern hemisphere who had to endure cold temperatures and very little sunlight. While those may be minor inconveniences for people in the 21st century with gas and electricity, in ancient times, those conditions could be harsh physically and demoralizing mentally. And so, as a means of chasing away the literal and figurative darkness, many civilizations devised merrier midwinter festivals from which Christmas would heavily borrow. For the Romans, that celebration was Saturnalia, a week-long occasion in mid-December honoring the god of agriculture, Saturn. The holiday, which predates the birth of Christ by a couple hundred years, emphasized abundance and equality. And then they talk about bringing the trees in, and around the time it was houses and great halls and streets were decorated with laurel, green trees, and shrubs. But what did I see about the trees? Hold on.
And one of the things also that people don't realize about Christmas is that Easter, we can pretty much say exactly because of the Greeks and because of there was astronomical, is that right? Astrological, not astrological either. Anyway, there was record of a day of complete darkness that was not part of the normal
expected.
It was unexpected completely. There was no record of it. Didn't happen the following year, that kind of thing. And that's what they basically, from looking at the Bible, which is a historical document as well, said that was when Jesus was crucified. So we know when essentially Easter was. Christmas, though, there's no real say, because it took about a year. They called for a census, which took about a year. So they don't know where in that year. And as far as I know, there's no record of the North Star as far as the Egyptians are concerned, and their astronomical viewings. And
yeah, because in the Bible, nowhere in the Bible does it say Christ was born on December 25th.
No.
So it's not in there anymore.
Well, there was no calendar like that anyway. But
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, it aligns with the solstice, right? The daylight days get longer.
Kind of. Yeah, and they kind of did run with that, sure. And anyway, so but it's all moot point. I mean, I'll also the three wise men, they started their trek when they saw the Northern Star, and it took them about 3 years to get to the Middle East. And so Jesus was a toddler when they showed up, and it wasn't necessarily three wise men. It was just a kind of a group of people who watched those kind of things and followed what the Old Testament said and the Torah, and knew that something big was happening because of the star, and so they started their trek and whatever.
And it says here, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, who reframed Christmas as a time to spend with family, and who also popularized the Christmas tree, which is an imported German tradition in Great Britain.
German, yep.
So this magazine, it's pretty fascinating to read.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. There's lots of neat stuff. Obviously, being a Santa, I try and stay on top of some of the Santa traditions, the traditions that are Saint Nicolaus and all those kind of things, and I try and weave that in when the kids want to know about Santa, like especially when they're 8 years old and they're not sure, and they think, wait a minute. I don't know about all this. Their friends are calling them sissies because they believe in Santa still and all that kind of stuff. And basically, my point is Santa is a spirit that we can all embody, and we can all be Santa. So, yeah.
But would you guys have a moment that stands out, a Christmas that stands out to you? Still, it could be good or bad, but it stands out to this day.
This past Monday was St. Nicholas Day.
That's right.
Okay.
The 6th.
Mm-hmm.
I posted it on Facebook.
Okay. Well, I didn't see that, but yeah.
Well, I posted it to my son Nick.
Oh, okay.
For me, not to be Debbie Downer, but Christmas in 1998, we didn't celebrate it. We didn't, because after my brother died, the three of us agreed we weren't going to decorate the house. It was the only year our house was dark. We did nothing.
Oh,
when did David pass?
He passed away July 6, 1998. July. So that Christmas, we all decided, we went to the Cayman Islands that Christmas.
Oh, wow.
We actually went down there, and let me tell you, the Caribbean, if you don't think they don't decorate, they decorate.
Yeah, they do.
They go all out. So the Cayman Islands, right down in Georgetown, they were all decorated for Christmas. So we spent Christmas down there. We didn't do Christmas cards, treat. We did nothing. We left the house dark to remember Dave. And it was strange to have a year. I've never celebrated Christmas time. It was just, we didn't do nothing. We didn't exchange presents. We didn't do nothing. We just left. And I can see why people do that.
How old was he?
34. He died of a heroin overdose.
Oh, wow.
And my parents found him.
Yeah.
And never do I ever want to experience that.
Yeah.
Because no parent should bury your child. Nobody.
No. Right.
And it was bad. Yeah. But no, that year been the only year that we've never ever done that. So,
never had a situation like that, Bill. Never had one that was.
Let's hope you never have to go.
My son was born on December 6th, but still that was far enough removed that it wasn't like, woohoo, a new baby, that kind of thing.
Julie kind of doesn't like her birthday so close to Christmas. She's just like, okay, I go from birthday to Christmas. I mean, it's not like some of us are spread out. She doesn't. They're so close together that it doesn't thrill her. But you can't change it. So
my mom's birthday is December 5th. Yeah. We were supposed to do it last weekend. But Kyle's coworkers had COVID, so we decided to wait a week. So we're going to go out tomorrow night.
Okay. I have a question for you, and you only have one answer. You can't choose all three, but you have one. And it was hold on. Christmas you have three choices. You only get one. Your relationship with the Lord, thanks and giving back, or strengthening family. You can only choose one. And which is it?
In other words, what does Christmas mean
what
to
we
you?
want out of Christmas?
No, Christmas to you is
what does it mean to you?
Is it your relationship with the Lord? Is it giving thanks and giving back? Or is it strengthening family?
I think for me now, it's my family. Chuck's family, reaching out to my sister in Seattle, my in-laws and my sister-in-law and my parents here. It's all about family right now.
Okay. It's when I saw this in the magazine, I was like, oh, That's a hard question to answer.
It is.
But I think for me, the thanks and giving back is very big for me because we're blessed, and there's people who don't have anything. So to me, I mean, my relationship with the Lord is already strong. I mean, that's already strong.
Right.
But the each year, I'm more and more thankful and more want to give back because we have everything, and there's some people who don't. So that's just me.
I do that, and that's just part of my tradition. Is we pick from the giving tree and we go shopping and send off the toy drives or whatever. I guess I just do it, so it's not like important to me. It's just that's just naturally one of those things you do.
Yeah, but which one stands higher than the others?
I think family still stands higher. It's making that connection when I haven't talked to some family members in a while. It's just
Right. Okay. What about everybody else?
Well, of course, I would say all three, but to be narrowed down, I would say giving and giving back, and that's kind of just that's the whole persona of Santa. Also, is the giving and giving back. For instance, tomorrow I'm going to be Santa for Michelle's daughter, Jenna. Mm-hmm. She's going in for major spinal.
Virtual, surgery. Or are you actually attending?
Oh, it'll be virtual. She's in Raleigh, so Michelle, Becky, or Rolos, whatever we want to call it.
Because I've heard that the finding Santa Claus from malls and stuff has been a very tough deal this year. Like they can't find them.
Yeah, I know. So no, I could get a job with the mall in a second. But I'm not going to do that. I mean, I mean, I'm not even going to do. I think I'm doing maybe a couple of in-persons, and they'll be very restrictive.
Okay.
So one of them is just going to be walking around Santa, and I'll probably wear my face shield that I have behind me. I'll probably wear that, and that's going to be at a place it's going to be a really high-end party that I've done a couple of years and in the past. And the guy called me and said, "Please tell me you can come and do this, Lee." And this is a guy who does catering in DC, like really high-end catering jobs that I've worked for at other gigs. And he really loves me and wants me to come to his family company party. So that's going to be, I'm hoping I can do that. If not, he said, I totally understand, whatever. But everyone has to be vaccinated at his party. And if I go, there's going to be no sitting on laps unless you've got a mask on. All that kind of stuff.
Yep. We're hoping Julie's brother will be able to come in from London. We're hoping there won't be any issues with the flights. Cool. It's also going to be, can they get back home?
Yeah.
But this will be their first Christmas here with the kids. They've never been here with their kids. And I think it's going to be a lot to Julie's mom because she has not brought out Christmas decorations since 2002. Because when their dad died, she wasn't going to bring them up anymore. So it's been a long time. So that's going to mean a lot to her. So, have you guys seen? You guys have obviously seen the '84 version of Do They Know It's Christmas? You guys have all seen that video, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fred, you never seen it?
Never heard of it.
It's the Do They Know It's Christmas? It's a bunch of British artists that did it back in '84 for African Relief. But did you?
I thought you said it was a show.
It's a video.
No, it's a song.
It's a music video.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, have you guys seen the 2014 version of that same song?
No.
Go on YouTube. It's bringing back some of the originals like Bono and all that, but it's artists today for 2014 when they did it of artists today that Abby really likes. And it's great because it's still the same song, but it's now modernized for people like One Direction and Seal and some of those artists. So I had not seen that video at all. So, do you have a favorite classic holiday movie? I'm not talking Die Hard. I'm talking classic holiday movie.
Love Actually.
How far back do you have to go?
Holiday Inn.
I'm talking like 50s, 60s, 40s, 50s.
Holiday Inn.
Okay. Fred will get to Love Actually in just a little while. The Holiday Inn. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
I like Holiday Inn as well.
Okay. Anybody else?
Miracle on
Surprise.
34th Street is
Yeah,
pretty good too.
yeah.
Surprised no one's brought up It's a Wonderful Life.
Of course, that's one of them.
And I was
All
watching
right, I'll be
Fox
right
today,
back,
and
yo.
that was
Okay.
Very
I'm so mad. There are some bleeps out there that want to ban it.
It's a Wonderful Life?
Yes,
Why?
because they what was it they said that it promotes oh, I can't remember what the term is.
There's only one bad scene in the movie, in my opinion, is when he loses it and gets all pissed off and starts wrecking stuff. That's the only bad
Right.
scene in the movie.
No, when he grabs his wife and kisses her, they said male dominant something, whatever it is they were saying that, oh yeah, no, that's horrible. And I'm like, what? I was reading about this, that he had suffered
PTSD?
PTSD from the war, and that when he loses it in the movie, it was actually therapeutic for him. And we're seeing an actual very realistic, he wasn't acting, he really was. And they said that's why it made it so believable.
Right. It's a movie that it didn't box office didn't do well. And he Donna Reed woman was gorgeous. She was one of my favorite, absolutely beautiful actors back in the 40s. But he blamed her that the movie didn't do well. And then when it came back around again in the 80s to go on public television, then it just skyrocketed from there. And then now it's been like a timeless movie. But yeah, for me, Holiday Inn, It's a Wonderful Life. I watched the 90s version of Miracle on 34th Street. I haven't seen the original. Let's say talk about it in here. Hold on. Yeah, so there's the Miracle on 34th Street version of the movie with a young Natalie Wood as the daughter in this movie. So I've not seen that version.
That's the only version I know.
There's White Christmas in 1944. There's Christmas in Connecticut in 1945. The Bishop's Wife. I've not seen any of these movies.
I might be missing Holiday Inn and White Christmas. I might be flipping those two.
Yeah, because there's also, it happened on Fifth Avenue, is also a classic Christmas movie as well. But I watched the 90s version of the Miracle on 34th Street. So, all right. Do you guys have a favorite Christmas food?
Papa Pizza.
Now I would say fruitcake.
I'm back.
But 10 years from the time I was a kid, from the 50s all the way through. Yeah, they had a big turkey thing, just like Thanksgiving all over again. A month later was, all kinds of stuff.
Do you know the history of fruitcake?
I've read it before at some point, but I don't know anymore.
Probably to preserve all their fruit for the rest of the I'm guessing that they picked their fruit the last time they could pick it for the season, dried out the raisins in the gravy, all that sort of stuff.
Right on track.
Hit it with some
feasting
to preserve it in rum, and then eat it later on during the winter to keep themselves going. I would assume. I mean, why else would you put all that crap together and let it get hard and then try to eat it?
They said feasting and imbibing are as intrinsic to Christmas as Santa Claus and reindeer. But why do we eat what we do at the holiday table? We have certain foods, like the oft-derided fruitcake, become inextricably linked to December 25th. How did that happen in the first place? As many well-worn customs, the exact origins aren't easy to pinpoint. Fruitcake can loosely trace its roots to the ancient Romans in the form of a mishmash of barley, pomegranate seeds, nuts, and raisins as a sort of an energy bar.
Cool.
I don't like fruitcake. I will never eat fruitcake. I was given as a gift many a year. I won't touch it. It's like the like the bit of honey at Halloween. Hell no, I don't. No.
You know what? If you eat the right one, though, I've had fruitcake that was really moisting.
But Fred, you were right on with the ingredients and how it was done.
Hey guys, hold on. Here we go. I got something for you.
Oh, there it is. Nicely.
That's the 2014. It's a little rough to see at first, but
Yeah,
That's
what
the reason they're doing the video.
Right.
It's sad, but that's the reason they're doing it.
Can y'all
Yeah,
hear?
this is.
All right. Hey,
Y'all hear the music?
No, now we can.
Okay, good.
So there's Bono. So they're bringing back some of the originals, but it's now a more modern
And
version of it.
Seal and Sheeran.
Alicia
Yeah, this is
Keys.
cool.
It's Christmas time.
Still like the original, but
There's no need.
Hey, would you guys have a second? I have a story to tell you.
okay.
All right, we'll wait for this video.
Christmas time. Feel that in light.
Yeah, sure.
Spanish shade.
And in our world of plenty, we can spread our joy.
It breaks.
Arms around the world at Christmas time.
But say a prayer and pray for the other ones at Christmas time. It's hard, but while you're having fun,
There's a world outside the window, and it's a world of dread and fear, where a kiss of love can kill you, and there's death in every tear, and the Christmas bells that ring there are the clanging chimes of doom. Well, tonight we'll reach in out and touching you. Bring peace and joy this Christmas to West Africa.
a song of hope, and there's no hope tonight. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Why is coming first deadly feared? Why is to touch deadly scared?
How can they know it's Christmas time at all? Here's to you, raise a glass to everyone. Here's to them and all that is to come.
Can they know it's Christmas time at all?
That's cool.
And what's the one difference between this version and the original?
These guys don't sing very well.
There was no auto tune back in 1984. This is all you could tell is total
Yeah,
auto-tune.
it was
There's
really
no
crazy.
auto-tune.
It was really crazy to hear the voices so weak and so thin compared to the original, where
Right.
those people grew up. There was no fixing it in the studio like there is today. These guys,
Yep.
they're no better than a junior high school chorus. I got to tell you,
Right.
seriously,
Right.
their technique
Yep.
stinks.
Yeah,
Go, okay,
that's
I'm gonna
true.
be an old fuddy duddy. Get me the old version. Let's go.
Yeah.
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 I mean, there was definitely, and I agree with what you're saying. And guess what? The voices that came off for me authentic and powerful and good were Seal. People wouldn't necessarily
old
say
guys.
that because he has such a grind
Bono.
on his voice.
Yep.
It's a beautiful grind.
They're the only two
I
voices
love
that really
Seal
cut it.
and Bono. Yeah, exactly.
Bono's the only one I
Sinead,
recognize.
Sinead was in there, and
She was
Sinead
okay.
O'Connor was in there, and she did okay.
I
She's
didn't
always been an
recognize
okay
anybody.
singer anyway.
Yeah, I didn't recognize anybody except Bono.
Oh, Diva, I heard recently that a lot of singers say that Lady Gaga has great technique, that she really knows
She
what
does.
she's doing.
I love her. Lady Gaga is
She
awesome.
sings for
And
real.
to me, I don't know. You know, she's to hear the difference from a great singer to a mediocre singer. I don't really hear that well.
Yeah,
Did
she's one of the-
you see the performance with her and Tony Bennett?
I want to hear
Yeah.
what
Yeah, no, she's a real singer. She sings with proper technique. She
Yeah.
sings the right way. You can hear her voice. Her voice is real.
So
She
you
can
could tell
perform
if-
without crap.
if she sang and I sang, you would really notice the not just that she sounds better, but the technical differences right away.
Absolutely.
Sure, absolutely. You can
She's
tell.
going to sound like a real vocalist, not just
Yeah.
a singer.
Did you see that thing she did with Tony Bennett last week?
That's
Yeah,
what
it was
Mark
really,
and Bill
really
was saying
good.
the same thing.
It was
It's actually
really
done
good.
a couple months ago, but still, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
she loves
I
him.
mean, I loved it. The fact that Tony Bennett introduced her freaked her out, and she did everything she could to keep from just
Yeah.
falling on the floor because he doesn't know what's going on anymore. You know, he's very
Obama's,
lost as far as people. And when he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Lady Gaga," she was off stage and went, "Woo!" You know, and if she said afterwards, she said, "I came out on stage, but I was everything I could do to keep it together because that's like we all looked at each other backstage, like, what did he just say?" You know, and it freaked them all out. And
Obama's inauguration in 2013, they sang together at there was a party they did a ball a couple nights after everybody else's, and it was for White House staff, campaign staff, and inauguration staff. And they invited us. They said, "Can you get here tonight?" So Kathy and I got over there, and Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett sang.
That's awesome.
They were a duet. I didn't know at the time. Nobody really knew because this was January 2013. Nobody quite knew the connection. It's like, you know, I'm looking at Lady Gaga at the time in her 20s, I guess, and Tony Bennett was probably in his 80s back then.
Well known yet, so.
And then now you find out the CBS the 60-minute special from a couple of weeks ago. All the stuff that you saw, 60 minutes.
Which is so cool because it was so interesting in that 60 minutes thing, and I'm going to make this very
What's the
crass.
connection?
The connection, they've always had a connection, those two. They've always sung. They've done.
Recognized her as a great singer.
Tony Bennett back in the middle 2000s had a duets album that he did, and he did one with Lady Gaga, and he loved doing it with her. And so they've been in touch. But this is the thing nowadays, and again, not to be crass, but he really doesn't know what's going on. But you start playing music, he kicks into entertainer. And he knows all the words, and he talks to the crowd, and he just becomes this entertainer just by some music.
How many times did he say, "Wow"? You know, in the audience would go, "Wow, what an audience!"
What an audience! Yeah,
the same line he's been delivering for 80, 90 years.
He stopped the music and goes, "Where the hell am I?" You know.
That's all right, though.
But you got the music. He doesn't care. There's a crowd. He doesn't know where he is, but it doesn't matter to him. He's entertaining a crowd, and that's what it's all about. And that's beautiful. And he has a long time accompanist that plays with him and knows, because he might get a little lost sometimes. And the guy knows how to any good accompanist knows how to come back around and bring it back in. You know, that happened to me, Bill. If you remember when we did Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, I was doing the Close My Eyes part of it. I was Joseph.
That was like 40. I
remember because I forgot my words to start Close Every Door to Me. And I was like, uh-oh. And Marty, of course, he just came around and came back in and was real intentional about giving me my sound cue to start again. And I did. I was able to start again and sing the song. But at first I was like, uh-oh. And she said to me, she goes, you did not collapse, Lee. You took it in stride. You did it right. And you waited and waited for me to come back around. And it was perfect because a lot of kids, she said, would start crying, you know, "Oh, I got the wrong entrance," you know, that kind of stuff. And
right.
I was just like, oh, well, it's just me, dumb Lee, you know.
Okay. All right, so it's the 9 o'clock hour. You need to get out some piece of paper and a pen. We're going to play Christmas trivia.
Let's do it. Let's do it. By the way, I didn't get a chance to get my story in.
Go ahead.
Well, get it in, baby. Get it in.
Wonderful occasions at Christmas. And this has got absolutely nothing to do with me other than the guy told me. Well, actually, I take that back because I've done it. Charles E. Smith. We all know Charles. Well,
Lee and I do.
how do you know
Yeah.
Charles E. Smith?
We lived at Patriot Village twice.
What does that mean?
And his
He
management
owned the
company,
property.
he owned the property. We
What's
paid that
Patriot-
man a lot of money.
Charles E. Smith. There's a couple different Charles E. Smiths.
Ah,
Is
okay.
he
Well, anyway,
the realty guy? The guy has all
yeah,
the.
yeah. So I met his grandson, a grown man. You know, we were both grown men, and he told me that the grandfather used to give the kids money like grandparents do, but they had to give away half of it. So, like if I gave one of you $100 and said, "But you got to give away half," that has more of an impact than me saying, "Here's $50." So, okay, cool, $50, great. I'm going out.
Right.
You don't have to think about a thing. You just take. You're just a taker. If I said, "Here's 100," whoa, great, $100, but you have to give up half of it. You go, cool. I get to help somebody else out with half of it, and I still have $50. So I did it with the two older grandchildren. The youngest of the three is only 2 years old, so she doesn't know, you know. And I gave Layla a 20, and I said, "Give 10 to Luke." I said, "But you have to give half of it away to somebody who needs more than you." And I was stunned. I mean, they called back from home like a couple hours later, and they both wanted to talk to me, and they wanted to tell me Luke's going to do it for this, like some kid who what do they call it, food insufficient or something. I mean, he's not getting all the meals he should. Some kid that goes to school with him running something like that. He's going to give it to the teacher or something. They're doing some food drive, and Layla's was, I don't remember, something else equally nice. And I'm not saying that because my grandchildren are the world's greatest grandchildren.
Well, they are. There you go. Yeah, you sure to you.
But what a great. What I look like Kathy thought that was a wonderful idea, and this was like years ago. I met this guy. It just never occurred to me to do it. And Liz and Mike were very happy that they said the kids really sat up and said, "That, you know, Dad, I have $10 here, and I've got to give half of it away. What do I do?" And they talked about who might need it and could benefit from it. And of course, these stories change by the time they're your daughter's age, Lee, kid's age, and yours, Bill.
Yeah.
You know, it'll have a different impact. But it worked for Charles E. Smith and the kids, the grandchildren, and it appears to be.
What? Fred,
working. Yeah.
If you want to give me $100, I promise to give 50 of it away.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
I promise. Okay.
There you go.
No problem. I can do that.
Because
I'll even tell you where I put it.
He's thinking about what he'll do with his $50. So.
No, not yet. I just know I'll do something with it.
Someday, 20 years from now, Luke will be at a strip joint somewhere saying, "Oh yeah, I gave away that $50 for you."
In ones. I gave it away in ones, Grandpa.
And you all know the something borrowed, something blue, something old, something new, or whatever the hell it is.
Sure, the wedding, the bride thing, yes.
Do you know there's another line to that? No,
Okay.
seriously, and it's called "and a sixpence in her shoe," and the father puts a sixpence in the left shoe so that they'll never want. She'll always have money. So I was going through my stuff, and I have a sixpence right here that I got taped, waiting for the grandchildren. I need to pick up another one, but if you go online, you pick them up for like $4 or $5, you know. From a coin shop. I just happened to stumble across that in my collection of old coins.
Nice.
Cool.
So,
Very
Billy boy, you need to get a couple of them.
That's right.
I do. I've got so many damn coins that.
What's the sixpence?
When Tony and I had gone to a flea market, there was a guy giving out a book of old coins, and I said, how much for the book? And I was thinking he's going to say like $50, whatever. He's like $5. I ran to my car because some of these coins are like 1918, 1920. They're worth more. One coin is worth more than what I paid for that book.
Yeah.
So I'm like going through all the coins now to see kind of what they're worth. So it's interesting. Cool. All right, round one.
All right.
Home Alone.
Round one.
Home Alone.
Oh God.
Elf. Die Hard. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version. And Christmas Vacation.
And what was the last one?
Christmas Vacation.
Oh my goodness.
So, Amy, you start.
Let's try Elf. Is it like for 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 5?
Correct.
Or?
Yep.
Okay, Elf for 1.
Buddy is afraid of this toy. Amy.
Crap.
What's the Jack in the Box?
Very good.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Never saw it.
For 2.
This actor played Buddy's real father.
No idea.
That
Lee.
guy.
Who's James Caan?
Very good. You're up.
I'm surprised someone else didn't get that before me. I was very slow.
I've
Elf
never
for
seen the
3.
movie.
Go for it.
This was Buddy's dad's profession. Lee.
He was an ad exec.
Mm-mm.
No. Amy.
He was a book publisher.
Very good. Book publisher with Greenway
Oh.
Publishing.
That's right.
You're up.
For 4.
Buddy decorated this department store Christmas theme. What was the name of the department store? Amy came up first.
What is Gimbals?
Very good. What is Gimbals?
Okay, I wouldn't have got that.
And for 5.
This veteran actor played Papa Elf.
Oh,
Oh,
I got it.
Lee came up first on my
Who's
screen.
Ed Asner.
No.
no.
What?
Who is Bob Newhart?
Very good. It was Bob Newhart.
Woo.
Oh, shiza. I was thinking of Santa
That's the
Claus.
only thing I could have answered because I've seen the commercials, but I've never seen the movie.
It's a great movie.
I was
It really
thinking of
is.
Santa Claus. Man,
with
what
Will
did you
Ferrell.
say? You said Papa Elf?
Yes.
Damn it.
I don't like Will Ferrell.
How about
Yeah,
Home Alone for
he-
1?
All right. Fuller McAllister was played by this actor.
Who?
Fuller McAllister was played by this actor.
Must be the dad.
Is it? I don't know. I'm gonna guess.
Amy.
The dad is Chevy Chase.
No.
It was. So it's not the dad. Oh, that's right. That's
Fuller's the one that was going to wet the bed.
Wow, what version of this movie are you watching?
The only version. Anybody?
No.
Who's Macaulay Culkin's brother, Kieran Culkin? So
Oh.
Fuller was the younger brother. All right, you're up still. Amy, I think you're up
Yeah.
still.
2.
Okay. The McAllisters were heading to this European city for Christmas. Lee came up first.
What is Paris?
Very good. You're up.
3.
The plumbers had this name as their calling card.
Oh,
The plumbers had this name as their calling card. Daniel Stern mentions it. Lee.
Brothers Plumbing?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
Anybody?
I'm gonna die when you say this. Go ahead.
Who are the Wet Bandits?
Wet
The
Bandits.
Wet
Yes.
Bandit.
The Wet Bandits.
I if you said the thieves, I wasn't thinking the plumbers.
Played by Daniel Stern and what's his Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
For 4.
This basketball star's poster was circling the train tracks in the living room. Lee.
What is Michael Jordan?
No.
Can you say it one more time?
This basketball star's poster was circling the train tracks in the living room. Fred.
Who's Larry Bird?
No.
And you said who? What? Michael Jordan? Is that what you said?
I said Michael
Santa?
Jordan.
I'm gonna guess. Who is Wilt Chamberlain?
No.
Who is Shaquille O'Neal?
No.
Nope. Too early.
Lee would have had it right if he had said who is Michael Jordan, not what is Michael
Oh, you've been robbed, Santa. You've been robbed.
It's the poster. It's what is Michael Jordan's poster.
Very good.
Sorry, Bill.
This
I win.
star's poster was circling, and you should have said who is Michael Jordan.
I said, what is Michael Jordan's poster?
But he's a person.
All right, Bill. I'm taking it.
I'm
right.
voting for Lee. I vote
All
for
right.
Lee.
All right. All right. 5.
It is Christmas.
Gus Polinski, the polka band leader, was played by this actor.
Whoa. Don't go.
Gus Polinski, the polka band leader, was played by this actor.
My God, we're all gonna know this. We know this.
Polka, 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 polka.
I have
polka,
no
polka.
idea. I'm just gonna guess.
Polka, polka,
Yes,
polka.
when you get it, you'll get it.
I'm just gonna guess. I have no idea.
Twin City,
Weird
Twin
Al.
City
Who
polka.
is Weird Al? I have no idea.
Lee,
I have no
Who's
idea.
John Candy?
very good. Who's John
Lee.
Candy? You're up.
All right, Die Hard for one.
It was Al Pal's favorite snack.
Wait, say this again. Which one are we looking at?
Die Hard for one. It was
Okay.
Al Pal's favorite snack. Lee.
What are ho-hos?
No.
Damn it.
This was Al Pal. Well, it's technically his wife's favorite snack, but because his wife was pregnant. But he bought a bunch of these. Pauline.
Go ahead, Craig.
What are Twinkies?
Very good. What are Twinkies?
That's what it was. As soon as I wasn't ho-hos, I knew what it was. All right, Pauline, good job.
For two.
The names of the two FBI agents.
Oh, God, freaking
Oh,
Pratt.
Lord.
I don't know.
No relation.
Oh, God.
I have
They
no
must have
idea.
the same last name.
Brown.
Hmm.
I have no
Anybody?
idea.
Lee.
I'm Agent Anderson. This is Agent Anderson.
No.
No, okay. I'm just
What is Johnson? No relation.
Okay.
Lee, you're still up.
3.
It was the name of the corporation hosting the party. Lee.
What is Nakatomi?
Very good. Nakatomi Corporation. You're up.
For 4.
The amount of money locked in the vault.
Uh-oh, are we stuck? Or is it me?
No, you
Oh,
were
boy.
for a second, but you're not anymore.
The amount of money.
The amount of money that was locked in the vault. Lee.
I do not recall.
What is 600 million? What is 600 million?
No.
More or less.
More or less. I don't know. And more, okay. So it's got in the billions, probably.
What is
Come on.
okay? What is $1 billion?
No. No, but it's one of my favorite lines.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. Anybody? $640 million in negotiable bearer bonds you have locked in your vault. And the key controls the vault.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I said 600 million. I was pretty close.
Well, you aren't. Yeah, Lee, you're still up.
Oh.
All right, go for 5.
Deborah White played this character as the limo driver.
Oh,
What's the character's name?
I used to know this answer.
Deborah White played this character as a limo driver, and he was playing Run DMC on the cassette deck.
Christmas in Hollis. Dun, 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 dun,
Who's
dun, dun,
who was the limo driver?
I used to know.
Who is Argyle?
Argyle. All right.
All right, down to 2.
All right, let's go to Christmas Vacation for 1.
Johnny Galecki played this character.
Say one more time.
Johnny Galecki played this.
Oh.
What is
That
the
crazy
sun?
cat lady.
What is the sun?
What was his
What?
Hans Gruber.
What was his name?
Oh, I just
Oh,
I
no.
never saw the movie. I just
It just went through my head.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't know their name. But that's the son. That's all I know.
What was his name? Oh, no. It was just ran through.
What is
no, that's not
Johnny?
it. No. It's something like that, though. But it's not
Anybody?
Danny, I don't think.
Who is Russ?
Russ.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Damn it.
For 2,
2, yeah.
how many strands of lights did Clark put up?
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus.
Lee.
250.
Very good. 250, 25,000 imported lights.
Was that a guess?
Total.
250 strands. You're right.
I was trying to think of something that wasn't too far gone, and it was not possible, and yet was not. Anyway,
Right.
that's cool. I'm
For
glad
3?
I got that. Yeah, go ahead.
This actress played Ellen Griswold.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh yeah!
Who is Beverly D'Angelo?
yeah.
Beverly D'Angelo.
Very good, Amy.
Who played the neighbor next door there?
That's my next question. Who are the obnoxious neighbors next door? What were their names?
Both of them
Oh.
or just one of them?
Both.
Their last name.
And we are going to shout this out of the movie theater tomorrow. All 4 of us have guaranteed the moment this comes up, we
There
are
she
shouting
is.
it at the movie theater.
There she is.
Bill, it's not. It's not. Damn it! Now I'm trying to think of the name of this show. Rocky Horror. Okay. It's not Rocky Horror. It's not something to be throwing things at the screen.
Who are the obnoxious characters next door? What were their names?
That was the wife. That was the wife next door.
I don't remember.
What was her name?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I know the actress.
What
Yeah,
the
but
character?
what were
The
characters'
character
names?
names.
Oh, who
I
the hell
don't remember.
knows?
I can look it up on IMDb.
Why is the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
Todd and Margot.
God, that was great.
All right, 5.
Clark was going to use his bonus money to build this. Amy came up first.
What's a pool?
Very good. What is a pool?
That's the only one I knew so far of all the discussion. I got 0
Me
points.
too. That's the
All
only
right.
thing I remember.
Now we're at Grinch.
We're on to the Grinch. For
Okay.
one, the Grinch lives on top of this mountain. Hey, Pauline.
And
Mount Cruppet.
Very good. He lives on top of Mount Cruppet, overlooking the village of Whoville.
What the hell are they talking
I
about?
think Pauline's running this one. I can bet you.
You got to watch the movie, Fred. Jim Carrey does a really good job as the Grinch. He does a really good job.
I just know the book.
When Cindy Lou Who catches the Grinch stealing her family's Christmas tree, the Grinch says this to her.
Who's on first?
Pauline.
There's a light not missing and not working on one side, so he's going to take it up to his workshop, fix it, and bring it back down.
Very good.
I told you Pauline's going to freaking run this
I know
category.
the book. It's a children's book.
Oh, I had a sleepover hanging out tonight. This is going to be wonderful. Wow, AF. Okay, for 3, when the Grinch ransacked Whoville, this is the first thing to go. When he ransacked Whoville, this was the first thing to go. Lee.
The tree from the center square.
Pauline.
The lights from
No.
the okay.
Amy.
What are the stockings?
Very good. What are the stockings? For 4, the Grinch has this in his soul.
Ooh.
Lee.
He has coal in his soul. What is coal?
No.
Oh, that was a good answer, Lee.
Go ahead, crazy cat lady.
Pauline.
What is ice?
No.
No.
I'm going to guess.
Fred.
I have no idea. What is mud?
No. Amy.
I'm going to guess. What are rocks?
No. What is garlic, which is why there is the line, I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole.
Oh,
I
my
love garlic.
goodness.
Last one. The Grinch's heart is full of this.
You just said. Oh, that was his soul. Never mind.
The Grinch's heart is full of this.
I don't know, but I'm going to say
Fred.
what is coal? What is coal?
No. Pauline.
What is ice?
No.
I know it's 3 sizes too small.
Grinch's heart is full of this. Lee.
What is sadness?
No.
I'm
What is
gonna- Oh,
okay?
What is arsenic sauce?
No. What is unwashed socks, which is why there is a line, Mr. Grinch, the 3 words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote, stink, stank, and stunk.
Fudge Nights.
Okay? End of round 1.
All right.
And by the way, Monday will be my last trivia, and it is back to real trivia. And my apologies for that because my hockey seasons are Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. So, and I broke my unlucky streak, by the way. So I'm back on track now. There's a men's league in there that plays indoor lacrosse, which I don't understand.
You don't understand indoor lacrosse?
Well, I understand lacrosse, but you're indoors and then whipping that ball, and because these guys don't wear pads except for like up top, that's gotta hurt.
Well, I think you try to avoid it hitting your body.
How
I
can
know
you,
it's gotta
dude?
hurt,
It's
I know.
indoors with boards and all around you. It's not like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
outside.
yeah,
I mean, that thing
yeah.
bounces off the boards. That thing is gonna hurt.
All right, so here's the scores right now. Lee Bailey has 18 points. Pauline has 4 points. And Amy has 24 points. That's the end of first round. Fred Zippo.
Just watch me.
I
Just
know
watch
you're
me.
coming back right now. I can bet on
Coming
it.
back. I can feel it. We're
All right,
looking at
Bill.
Cliff Clavin, men who live with their mothers, postal worker. Remember when he was on Cheers?
Yeah,
He was great.
I just saw a little thing of normisms. It was pretty good the other day.
Norm, what's
All right,
shaking?
what are our categories here?
Oh, we missed it.
Round 2.
Yeah,
Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, Jesus.
do
I don't
not
know
know
any
the
of this.
show.
Die Hard 2.
Oh, boy.
Home Alone 2. Christmas Story.
Uh-oh, here you go.
And Love Actually.
And Love Actually.
Oh,
Did you really?
my God.
Just for Fred.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know
Oh,
who.
God.
who-
Hold
I don't
on.
know who
Hold
goes
on.
first.
Back up.
Wait, I gotta tell Fred. I've never seen the movie, and I ordered it so I
And
can
you what?
watch it. I bought it. I bought the movie. I've never seen it. I
Me
bought
neither.
it just so I can watch it.
Enjoy it. It's fabulous.
All right,
I'm looking
Christmas
forward
with
to
Cranks,
it.
Die Hard, Christmas Story, Bill, or what's the third one?
Christmas with the Cranks. Die Hard 2. Home Alone 2. Christmas Story and Love Actually. Just for Fred. Fred, if you do not get every single one of these questions, I'm going to smack you.
All right.
These are all for you.
All right. How many times has Fred seen Love Actually?
Yeah.
I know.
A million. I don't know who won the last question.
I think Lee, wasn't it?
I did.
Amy?
Stocking.
I'm
Amy got
I'm
it.
gonna
Amy's-
start with Love Actually for 2
All right.
because I don't know any of them. So let's get this one
Get
done.
ready. Love Actually for 200. This is the name of the Prime Minister.
The actor
Lee.
or
Who's Blair?
No.
Okay.
In the movie, who's the name of the Prime Minister?
I have no idea. They always called him Prime Minister.
Fred, this is all for you, buddy.
Oh man.
Name of the Prime Minister in the movie.
Oh, Hugh Grant was the actor, but the name of the Prime Minister.
The character, yeah.
Oh, no idea.
Anybody?
Hell no.
Never saw it.
His name is David.
It is. Who the
That's
hell
what the
calls
book-
David?
That's what the trivia
Who
said.
is it?
Name is David.
They don't call him David.
His wife must have called him David. Go ahead.
Not married.
That's what the trivia said. For 400, how many characters wear turtlenecks over the course of the film?
Oh,
Fred?
this is funny.
That's
Fred?
funny.
How many characters wear turtlenecks over the course of the film?
There was the guy, and I'm going to say 2.
All of them.
No and no.
I'm gonna guess.
Go ahead.
What is 6?
No. Pauline.
What is none?
No. What is 12?
12.
Whoa.
What?
Who here likes
For 6
turtlenecks?
For 600.
That
How
was
long for 600? How long has Sarah been in love with Carl? Fred.
What is forever?
No, they're specific.
Oh,
This is
okay.
coming straight from the trivia. It's specific.
For as long as they've been working together from the first time she met him. 2 years. Oh, no. It was like 2 years, 12 days. 2 years, 4 months, 12 days. What?
What was it, Bill?
You got 2 years, but the rest are wrong.
Well, I'm giving it to him.
I'll give it to you. 2 years, 7 months, 3 days, 1.5 hours.
Aw.
There must be an inside joke because they're specific.
Because she says to the boss that she's talking to the boss, and he knows she's been looking at him and back, and he says something about them. Everybody knows, yeah, and and they say, well, how long have you been in love with him?
I haven't seen the movie yet either. It must be an inside joke. For 800, what does Billy Mack write on the pitcher of blue?
What the hell? What?
What does Billy Mack write on the pitcher of blue? It's a trivia question. I haven't seen the movie, so
What does Billy Mack write?
What does Billy Mack write on the pitcher of blue?
They got a picture of blue, and Billy Mack wrote something on it.
What the hell's blue?
Blue
that a
is the
dog?
drink.
Oh,
So
Picture of Blue in Love Actually.
that doesn't even make a sentence, I don't even think. What the hell's a blue?
That's the picture. The picture of Blue.
Must be a boy band because he writes something on the picture.
Okay. We don't
If
know.
he did,
what-
it was
what
in
he said.
passing.
Okay. He writes, "We've got little pricks." That's what he writes on the picture of Blue.
I don't think you ever see that or hear that in the film, but okay.
yeah.
Last one.
I just
Last-
looked it up. He does a voice bubble around them, and
Writes, "We've got little pricks." They're a boy band. I don't know. So last one. What ingredients make up the special Christmas gift wrapping?
Oh, you got to be kidding. Do you know how many ingredients go into that?
It's a trivia question. I don't know.
So, not cinnamon.
Question was, what ingredients make up the special
Nutmeg.
Christmas gift wrapping?
Chocolate buttons. Is that on there? Chocolate buttons? Oh, then I have no idea where you're going with this one.
I'm going to have to watch the movie now to understand this. Flower buds, lavender, cinnamon stick, and a sprig of holly.
That's true.
Must
And
be an
it's what?
inside joke because I don't get it. I haven't watched the movie. So I don't know.
So this guy's going to cheat on his wife, and he's going to buy his new girlfriend this beautiful bracelet. And it was a couple £100 back then. It was a couple £100. So his wife is shopping, and he's trying to buy this, like slip in his jacket pocket and get out of there before the wife catches him. And Rowan Atkinson, hysterical British comedian, starts doing all this like, oh no, would you like a gift? Yeah, sure. Go ahead, quickly. And then he puts, ties the thing, and he puts it in a bag. Then he puts some holly, and then he breaks it just so he can smell the herbs. And we'll put some chocolate buttons. Oh no, they joked about that. Don't put some chocolate buttons. And he got out of there just as his wife was catching. She didn't catch him. And Emma Thompson does in my opinion, the greatest acting scene ever. I've heard it was one take. I've heard it was more than one take. I don't know. But when she found out that she was getting the Joni Mitchell tape instead of this bracelet, because she had seen the box and she figured it was a CD or, she didn't think it was a CD. She thought it was going to be the nice. When she stands there and she starts to shake in the room, and you need a bunch of Kleenex when you see that. And you realize here's an actor with a crew of 100 people standing around her, and the director.
Okay.
Director does what? Okay.
Hiya! Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You meant to break somebody.
He froze. I don't know if we'll wait for him.
No, we'll get back to it. So, but he's the one that picks the next thing. Fred, look at Crazy Cat Lady. She looks like she's looking at Fred, telling him what to do.
There we are.
There he is. You're
I
back,
lost
Fred.
it. You did a karate chop and then you froze. So.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you're up, Fred. Where are we going? What category?
No, I didn't get anything right. I still don't have anything
You
right.
did. You got the third question right. 2 years and 10 days.
What category, Fred?
Home Alone.
Home Alone 2. All right. The McAllisters this time are traveling to this American city. Pauline came up first.
Miami.
Very good. Miami. You're up.
2.
Kevin checks into this famous New York hotel. Lee.
What is the Astoria?
No. Fred.
What is the St. Regis?
No.
What is the St. Moritz?
No.
I know it.
Amy.
What is the Ritz?
No.
No.
It's not the Waldorf Astoria, huh? Astoria.
No, it's the.
It's one of the great old ones, whatever it is. I don't remember.
What is the Plaza Hotel?
Plaza.
Plaza.
I've stayed there. I'm such an idiot. Okay, go on.
You did?
Plaza.
For 6, this is the name of the toy store that Kevin visits. Fred.
Mhm.
What is FAO Schwartz?
No.
What?
What?
The toy box. The
Lee, your hands up.
What is Macy's?
No. Amy or Pauline?
it's
I can see it.
yeah.
I don't remember.
What is Duncan's toy chest?
Toy chest. I knew toy store, toy chest. It was.
All right, great.
800. This actor played the concierge.
No idea.
Best actor, best character in this movie.
Oh.
Pauline.
Tim. Oh, I'm blanking out now. Rocky
Well,
Horror. Tim.
Someone's gonna beat you to it as soon as you're done. Because
Give me a
Lee's next.
second. Give me a second.
10, 9, 8,
Oh.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lee.
Who's Tim Allen?
No. Amy.
No.
Who's Tim Curry?
Very good. Who's Tim Curry?
I don't even know who that is.
Oh,
What?
okay. It's
You
awesome.
would recognize Clue,
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Clue.
Oh, okay.
He was great.
Sorry.
For 1,000, Kevin runs into this famous celebrity asking for directions. Fred came up first.
Donald Trump.
Very good. Who is Donald Trump? You're up, Fred.
Did we
I
go
like
through
how
that?
Bill said famous celebrity instead of former president.
Yeah, I wasn't going to.
Are we done with Home Alone?
What?
Yes.
Are we
We're done with that one.
Yes, Fred.
Die Hard.
Die Hard 2. William Sadler played this lead villain character. Lee.
Who's Hans's brother?
No, we're in Die Hard 2.
Right, Gruber and then Gruber's brother. Wasn't it Gruber's cousin or his nephew? Or oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that came down, I think, in Die Hard 3.
Was that 3? Okay, all right.
William Sadler played this lead villain character. He's a very famous actor.
I don't remember.
Who is Colonel Stewart?
Colonel Stewart.
Yes. For 400, the main plot takes place at this major airport. Lee.
What is Dulles Airport?
Very good. Actually filmed in Denver, but played at Dulles.
Yep. 6.
And I remember, I don't know if I saw the movie with, did I see it with Lee?
No, we saw it was a bootleg. Remember? We got a bootleg for
No, that was Die Hard 3.
Oh,
but we saw the movie maybe with Mark Duvall, and we just went nuts when we saw the Fairfax County cop cars come across the screen. Because it was just great to see your hometown. So, for 6, this was the code name of the hideout.
Ooh.
Code name of the hideout.
No
Anybody?
idea.
What is the clubhouse?
The clubhouse.
Because they took over the church. For 800, this actor played chief of air operations.
Oh shit. Oh,
Lee.
Fred Thomas. Who's Fred Thomas?
No.
I thought it was Senator Fred Thomas. I thought he played the chief of air operations. Damn it.
No.
I bet it's a different last name. I don't know.
Played the chief of air operations. Dennis Franz was the police captain. This guy was the chief of air operations. Anybody?
Oh, it's not Thomas. It's not Thomas. Oh, what is Fred? Hey, Fred.
Ew.
Who's the Tennessee Senator Fred something? Used to be the senator from Tennessee.
Fred
Fred.
Thompson.
It was Thompson. Okay.
You said Fred Thomas.
I know, but that's who I was thinking of.
All right.
Can I have that?
Sure, it's Christmas time.
I pictured it
What
perfectly.
about me? I got
For
nothing to do.
No,
For
sorry.
1,000. For 1,000. This character was the maintenance man under the runway.
Under the runway.
He had a little office underneath that John McClane kept going back to.
Why would I want to say Dave Chappelle? I have no idea. No, I
What's
don't
the
know.
character name?
Oh, the character name.
You guys gotta watch Die Hard too.
I have seen it. I've seen it a long time ago.
Who is Marvin?
Marvin. Okay.
We're down
Holy
to
shit, I
Christmas,
don't remember.
Christmas Story and Christmas with the Cranks.
I've never ever heard of Christmas with the Cranks.
That's
I'm
with
gonna
Tim
go with
Allen.
Christmas Story. I don't care. I've never seen it.
All right.
Christmas
He play-
Story.
He plays Santa Claus.
Fragile. Well, I've
By-
seen the movie
by the-
Santa Claus.
By the way, I had been in Walmart today, and I saw the Red Ryder BB gun. I just like laughed out loud. I thought that was
Buy it?
funny. But I'm surprised they sell it.
Somebody took a picture that I saw maybe at Walmart, and he got some sunglasses and he pushed out the lens of one of them and he held up the Red Ryder. You shoot your eye out, boy.
Wow. All right. Christmas Story. For 2.
Yep.
This was Ralphie's brother's name.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
no.
No, that's not it.
Ralphie's brother's name.
This was Ralphie's brother's name.
Go ahead, Diva.
Amy.
What is Robbie?
No.
Shoot.
Pauline.
What is Randy?
Very good.
All right, Pauline on the board.
All right, for 4.
Ralphie saw the BB gun in this store window. Pauline.
What is Macy's? I does
No.
not know. Gimple.
Amy.
I'm gonna guess. What is Woolworths?
No.
That's closer.
Lee.
What is the Sears?
No.
Oh.
Ed, you in?
What is third base? I don't know.
No.
It was the department.
What is
store, but-
what is Higbee's?
Higby. Oh,
Higby.
shoot.
600. Ralphie is played by this actor.
Oh shoot.
Pauline.
Okay.
Peter Billingsley.
Who is?
Who
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 is-
is Peter Billingsley?
Okay, little Missy, watch yourself.
For 800. When Ralphie is sitting on Santa's lap, his mind goes blank. Santa suggests he bring this to Ralphie.
A girl? No,
Wait,
never
can you
mind.
say it one more time?
Never mind.
So whatever it was crass. And Santa
When
was a
Ralphie is
dick.
sitting on Santa's lap, his mind goes blank. Santa suggests he bring this to Ralphie. Pauline.
What is a football?
Very good. Ice football.
That's right.
And for 1,000, Ralphie wants this type of BB gun for Christmas. Both of you came up at the same time. Just say it.
What is the Red Rider?
Red Rider.
Very good. You both get 1,000.
We both get it.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Last one. Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh God.
Oh, Fred,
For-
don't do that.
For 2, Frosty is this tall.
Very.
What is 5 feet?
Close.
Damn, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Lee.
What is 4 feet?
No.
Damn it.
Pauline.
What is 5.5 feet?
No. Keep going. Amy.
What is 6?
Keep going. 7 feet. All right. For 4, this actor played Spike's dad.
This actor.
Fred.
Who is Harry Belafonte? I'm just
No.
going to come with crazy stuff just to get you going. You don't know what is off you guys. Too old.
Who plays Spike's dad?
Lee.
Who's Bing Crosby?
Ah, good
No.
one.
I don't remember.
One half of the Blues Brothers.
No, I know then.
Who's Dan Aykroyd?
Very
Has to
good.
be.
Who's
Has to
Dan
be
Aykroyd?
because John Belushi
Yeah,
is
he's
dead.
dead.
Does he get that? Does Fred
Yeah,
get this
why-
point?
Sure.
I
Thanks.
think we
It's
give it to Amy.
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Okay.
For 600, what character said it's women who handle Christmas, not men?
The character you want.
Wait, say
What
that one more
character
time?
said? What character said it's women who handle Christmas, not men? Lee.
What's his name's dad? What's his name's dad?
No,
Oh.
it's a female.
What's it
What is
mean?
the mom? Jamie Lee Curtis.
And the character's name is?
Mrs. Crank. Mrs.
I should have done trivia earlier.
Nora.
Very good. Who is Nora?
Who is?
Who is Nora?
Who is Nora?
Hey, I have a question for you guys when this is all over, but I just wrote it down so I won't forget.
2 more
You
questions.
guys notice that Bill cranked me on. I said what instead of who, and yet Pauline answers everything without either one, and she just
Well,
keeps
the first
getting
time
an
I said
easy
who
ride.
is.
Well, we corrected
All
it.
right, I'm kidding.
She's
Go ahead.
cheated on you, Lee.
I know she is.
For 800, this is Blair's favorite holiday food.
Oh, we should know this. Wait a minute.
This is Blair's favorite holiday food.
I'm going to go back with
I'm
one.
gonna guess.
Amy.
What is a turkey from that fancy place?
No. Fred.
What is fruitcake?
No.
Come on, Lee. Ribbon candy, maybe?
Ooh, what is ribbon candy?
No.
Oh,
You're way off. Way off.
Wait, I was
Way
close. Or was
With
I?
mashed potatoes.
Way
What
off.
is- What is egg? What?
What is eggnog?
That was
No.
about.
Eggnog
What
with
is-
a bottle of rum.
What
it
is a
ham?
hickory honey ham?
Yes.
Hickory honey
Or somebody
ham.
I
got it.
thought about it after I said turkey. Shoot.
All right, pretend.
Last one. This was so special about Blair's travel day.
I've never seen the show. So I
Was
don't know.
Blair male or female?
That's the daughter. I'm
Fem-
gonna guess.
Female, yeah. Go ahead.
She was bringing home her boyfriend, fiance, dude.
No.
Oh,
This was so special about Blair's travel day.
She got hit by a bus.
No.
It ain't special.
Special to her because it was the busiest travel day of the year after Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, see, I know. Blair got to ride first class on the plane.
It's been so long since I watched the movie. I don't know.
Give
Wait a
him
minute,
the
you don't
price.
have the answer to this question?
The answer is busiest travel day of the year after Thanksgiving. That was what was so special about it. That's the answer. All right. Final question will be Christmas TV specials.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Oh.
What is Bing Crosby?
No.
Who is?
By the way, as you're tallying everything up, did you guys? I posted this on Facebook.
Chattanooga, Tennessee, really stands out. It
Well,
has hundreds of Amazon packages spread out across the front lawn.
Oh, yeah.
The
Isn't
neighbor
that
says
crazy?
that new pups is like
So I just want to share with you. I've had a possum come to my back door.
have contacted the
Pat?
police in the city
And
and
now the
written
skunk.
notes to the people who live there.
What happened,
Brianna
Paul?
and Zedor spoke with those residents to find
Wow.
out why packages are piling up.
wait,
Wow.
is that a skunk?
Yep.
Yep.
I had the possum, a cat, and then we just had a skunk come.
Has this cat gone crazy?
No, my cats are watching from the window. They're just like, who's coming up next?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
boy.
cat be freaking out. But I had posted this on Facebook.
Started out, maybe there were 20
Yeah,
packages out
that's
there.
crazy.
Became 100 and then thousands.
Oh my
Neighbors say
gosh.
this pile of Amazon boxes in the front yard of this East Brainerd home has been growing for months. But Dustin Nash says this isn't the worst it's been.
It's dwindled down quite a bit, but I mean, it used to be stacked all the way out to the road.
We first found out about this through an email from a neighbor who sent us these photos, but she didn't want to be on camera. She wanted to know what could be done about the boxes and told us she wasn't having any luck
That's
getting hold of
nuts.
someone from the city. We
All
contacted the
kinds of
city,
people who
who
are
told
nuts.
us the house falls on county property. We reached out to a spokesperson for Hamilton County to see if this was a violation of any codes, and he was not able to give us a response today.
I don't know what's in the packages, but I would imagine the weather damages whatever's in the package.
Dude, I
but
go
it just
back.
said that's
I go
We
rent a
spoke
damn
to
truck
the
and back it
people
up to that
that
house
live
and
in
load it
the
up.
They did
They're
not want to be
stuffed
on
in the
camera,
empty
but they
boxes.
tell us
There's stuff in
they
those
have a friend
boxes.
who has a contract with an
It's absolutely nuts.
Who's ordering it?
They don't know.
Why
I mean,
aren't they bringing it in the house?
they can't get anybody to do anything about it. We have, we're in a new development as of 2 years ago, and behind us is a home that we've never seen anybody in. For 2 years, they've owned the place. When they would cut our grass and stuff like that, they couldn't get behind their fence. I popped their neighbor popped their gate open so they could get in and cut the grass. The grass was literally 4 feet tall. Brand new house. We saw moving trucks there a couple months ago, move stuff in, and have never seen a person there. The lights don't go on. Yeah, because we're a little bit worried, of the potential of rodents and other things to get, snakes and all. It's right behind us.
So, Fred, I have to ask if your grandkids did any hour of code this week.
What does that mean? I don't even know.
And it's an all new computer science for Loudoun County Public Schools. It's a big computer science education week. I wondered if they did anything.
I will find out. Hour of code. So they would be coding. I know they do a lot of coding.
I got six teenagers upstairs. I can find out. So,
yep.
Well, no, I'll find out.
Speaking of weird houses, so this is a guy who goes around to different abandoned places.
Mm-hmm.
And they went into a home. It's a 1950s home, but the people just up and left. The house is straight out of the 50s. No one lives there anymore, untouched. It's like they just got up and walked out.
This house dates back so far back.
That's crazy.
Those things happen all the time. You find places like in Italy, if the town will pay you 100,000 euros if you come in and fix it up and live there for a couple of years.
I mean, they go into the kitchen.
None of this is staged. This is all.
Where they just got up and left after eating, like they just vanished. Didn't do dishes, didn't do nothing. Just got up and left. I mean, it's creepy.
Probably abducted somewhere.
I don't know, but the house is straight 50s.
Okay. And I have a thing. Did something happen at 29 Diner? Did they have a fire?
They caught fire.
Oh, the kitchen caught fire.
John Woods. Yeah.
Yes. He has insurance for the building and all of the equipment, but there's no insurance for loss of income. So he took a heavy hit with the employees. They've got no way to make money. He's down for easily 6 months.
Wow.
Oh, it's poor employees too. By the Christmas time to find out.
Because insurance companies don't insure you for loss of income. They don't.
They'll a policy that does that.
Very rare, because I deal with them all the time. Building and equipment is one thing, but loss of income, rarely will an insurance company insure you for loss of income.
It's very expensive. It's very,
he does all that food giveaway, and I think the next day, Salvation Army and somebody else came out with their food trucks and helped him.
That's what he's working out of. Yep, I donated $100 to try and help him out, to try and get him going again. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
By the way, so if you guys ever get a chance, go on YouTube and look under. I think it's Adventures with Purpose. Is that what it's called? Where these guys go and help solve cold cases. They've been solving a lot of cold cases. Some of them go back 50 years, where they finally found the car, and people finally have closure with this. But it's just how no one ever knew for 50 years that this car was where it was. After all that investigative work, but they go down and they find the stuff to try to give at least the family some closure of what happened. But there's all kinds of
what
stories.
is this called?
I think it's called Adventures with Purpose. Is if you YouTube it.
That's cool.
Adventures with Purpose.
So here's the scores, everybody. The scores are Fredo at 20 points, Amy 32 points. Pauline, 38 points.
Wow.
And Lee with 40.
Wow.
Yeah, Adventures with Purpose. They solve all kinds of cold cases. All right, Christmas TV specials. You ready?
Oh, boy.
Write down your answer. He did voiceover work as Sam the Snowman, narrator of the classic 1964 Christmas television special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He did voiceover work as Sam the Snowman, narrator of the classic 1964 Christmas television special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
I'm so proud of myself because I can never think of names, and that one popped in my head.
Hold on a second.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Hold on
I
a
have
second.
no idea if I'm getting it right.
We're forced to bet it all, so
Yes.
I'm
Whenever
gonna
you're
win,
ready.
Pauline.
Who do you got, Fred?
Who is Burl Ives?
Okay. Pauline, Burl Ives.
Burl Ives.
Burl Ives. Burl Ives. There you go.
Burl
Very
Ives.
good.
And I had the most points going in, so I win. Yay!
The last one. All right. Let's do some fun 12 days of Christmas, and we're going to rattle it off.
Yeah, because
Hold on.
tomorrow starts 12 days of Christmas.
Correct.
Tomorrow.
So there's 12 what?
12. Come on, singers. 12.
12 pipers piping.
Nope.
12 ladies dancing.
Nope.
12 lords leaping.
12 singers singing.
Nope.
12
Bite
drummers.
my ass.
Is it 12 drummers drumming?
Very good. 11 what?
Drummers drumming.
Lords of Leaping.
Lords of leaping.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
11 ladies dancing?
Nope.
No. Pipers
12
piping.
lords of leaping.
Very good. Very
11
good.
what?
10 what? 11 pipers piping. 10 what?
Lords of leaping.
Very good. 9 what?
Ladies dancing.
8 what?
Maids of Milking.
7 what?
Swans of
Swans of
swimming.
Swords of Swimming.
6 what?
Geese a laying.
He's a laying.
5 what?
5 golden rings.
4 what?
4 hungry French and 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
There you go.
Very nice.
The 1780 version has 4 collie birds. Collie being a regional English expression for coal black. Okay. So, God, I wish Walter were on.
And that was totally unwarmed up. I just want y'all to know.
There you
that beautiful singing voice.
In what year did Die Hard come out?
1987.
No, before that.
84. 91.
Came out in 1988.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't think it was 84.
I guess 89.
Well, what did I say first? 1987. Okay. Again, pretty damn close.
What actor played Hans Gruber?
I don't know his name.
Oh,
Professor Snape.
That's right.
Alan Rickman.
Very good.
By the way,
what is the name of the building in which the movie Die Hard takes place?
Nakatomi Plaza.
Very good. What do the terrorists want in the action film?
Oh, what do you mean? What did they ask for?
Mm-hmm.
640.
The release of. No, they asked for the release of crazy freaking prisoners and stuff.
That as well as the money. Correct.
Oh, but they didn't say anything about the money. That was all a hidden agenda.
Who is the terrorist technology expert? What was the character's name?
Oh, see, I don't know. I like him though. Good guy.
I don't know.
He used to be in a lot of shows, and then he stopped being in shows.
The character's name was Theo.
Yeah, I remember the guy. I can totally picture him. Can't remember what his name was though. He wasn't the same guy from Hill Street Blues.
What was the nickname that Al Powell called John McClane?
Hey there.
Cowboy.
McClane wanted to be known by this name.
Roy Rogers. Roy.
Very good. Call me Roy. Da, 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 da.
So I was in one of the Die Hards years ago.
Were you?
Yeah, and they really shot some exciting stuff. It was
Which one were you in?
Beats the shit out of me.
One was Samuel L. Jackson.
It was with a guy who was the technical expert who's now been on all of the James Bond movies. Young guy, dark hair, pulls it over. We shot it in Baltimore, and I'll tell you what, they work hard. They shot the stuffing out of this Mercedes.
You were probably in Die Hard 3.
I was going to say
that was in New York. That was in New York. Probably Die Hard 4.
Yeah, but in New York, they do a lot of stuff shooting in Baltimore.
Right. Baltimore doesn't mean it was in Baltimore. Baltimore means we were in Baltimore.
It just means where they shot it.
Yeah, as they say, it doesn't have to be
very similar to New York. Yeah.
So So they shot up this Mercedes, and so they had taken the fenders off and stuff like that. It was a new car, so they took the good stuff off. They make a fender, and they poke all these bullet holes into it, and the paint chips, and it's magnetic. When they're done, okay, cut, put it back. They just slap the pieces back on the car. Inside the trunk was this thing of like prongs. So, and it was all cued by computer, bang, 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 bang. Inside, it was going to actually shooting out those pieces of the car. They had these things that looked identical to styrofoam cups. They may have been. But, the surface of the road is not black. It's some shade of grayish. They paint them exactly the same color. The wiring is exactly the same color. And they run them along the street. Oh, so this guy in a helicopter shooting at us is what's happening. And we're all, I jump in the car. Or I was either in the car and jumped out, or jumped into the car. Some car.
You jumped in the Mercedes?
No, some other car. Another there's some schmo riding down the street, and this happened. I forgot if I jumped out of the car. That's right. I jumped out of the car and ran the other way on the street. Then they shot. I was working at DOT at the time. I see these two guys with DOT badges. Why are you guys here? They said we're with the FAA. I told them I was with the Highway Division and all, and we were shooting the breeze for a while. He said, they got a special permit to fly below 500 feet in a urban downtown. We were right in the downtown Baltimore. And I'll tell you how low they went. I swear to God, if I didn't see this, I wouldn't believe it. Below the red light, the green light. The green light's up here. All right. And the road's down here. 2 helicopters come flying through. And down the street in Baltimore, I'm telling you, their propellers couldn't have had 2 or 3 feet on either side. And they went through, and FAA.
How are they not shattering glass of buildings being that loud?
How you would think? I'll tell you, it is scary getting shot at. I've been shot at a bunch of times in films. I know they're fake, except this poor guy that died in the film, a lady.
Yeah, don't do a film with what's his face.
I know it's fake, but holy crap!
Just as long as he's not shooting.
Yeah. Because he said he didn't pull the trigger. I don't know how the hell he didn't, but
I had a.
Oh, listen, guns go off, but I'm just saying. I know a Capitol police officer one time shot the refrigerator in their break room because he took his gun out. Because when he sits down in those chairs, they have the arms, so they take their gun out of there and put it on the counter, right on the table. He put it on the table and shot the refrigerator. I mean, it just went off. I mean, he didn't pull the trigger. Yeah. And believe me, he knows he didn't pull the trigger. The mechanism just fired off. He shouldn't have had a round chambered, but he did, and it shot the refrigerator, put a hole in it, freaked everybody out, obviously.
I've used a rubber gun before, and a rubber gun's much easier because you don't have to hold it as long. When you're holding a handgun,
guns are heavy
for 15 hours.
Yeah,
you got nothing left.
All right, so let's go with some holiday traditions around the world.
Oh, let's go.
If you peruse the Christmas section of any ornament selling store, you've probably seen at least one sparkling glass pickle. What's the deal with that?
So my friend is big on the pickle. I have one on my tree. We've never done it, but for her, for her family, the first one to find the pickle on the tree gets a special Christmas present.
That's right.
But
I'm going to need some help with Lee. Popularly touted as an old world German tradition, the Christmas pickle or Weihnachtsgurke is hidden deep into the boughs of the Yule tree on Christmas Eve for children to find on Christmas morning. First one to spy the briny bauble gets a special gift, like you're saying there. No one knows the tradition. But a 2016 survey, 91% of Germans had never even heard of it.
Exactly. I don't know where I heard about it. We had a pickle one time. I think we do. We don't hide it though. I don't think. But I might do it this year. I might hide the pickle this year and hide the pickle.
You gonna hide the pickle?
That's up to my wife.
Is it salty?
I was waiting for somebody to say something about hiding the pickle.
Who's got to embarrass everybody and laugh? Of course.
Yeah. You could be caroling with
a
dead
God,
horse.
I didn't think about it that way. And then as soon as they said it, I went, oh, no.
I did right away.
In Wales, they carol with a dead horse.
Nice.
What?
As the legend goes, during the holidays in Wales, a dead horse, Mari Lyd, L-W-Y-D, rises from the grave, then goes door to door, challenging those who dare to a rhyming battle of wits.
Oh.
I'd rather play hide the pickle.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you would, Fred.
Yeah. You can carve intricate radishes.
Lower, Bill,
sculptures.
lower. There you go.
Where's that? Czechoslovakia?
Russia.
This century-old holiday is celebrated every December 23rd in Mexico.
Oh, I'm
The
right.
tradition began when merchants tried to attract shoppers on the way to and from Christmas church services with intricate vegetable displays. The merchants carved radishes into people, animals, and other decorative shapes. The most imaginative and skillfully carved radishes will be snatched up to be used as centerpieces on holiday tables.
Nice.
Obviously, Elf on the Shelf, which originated in Georgia.
Which Georgia?
Can anybody identify
United States,
on
Georgia.
our comments at the bottom? There's two people that left like essentially the same comment. Two different names. Can
They
y'all
don't know how
recognize
to.
that?
They don't know how to spell Virginia Tech, apparently. So.
Yeah, but they were an hour apart. So we
That's
weren't
weird.
ever talking about Virginia Tech
That's
either.
very weird.
It is weird. That's why I haven't really mentioned it. Anyway,
I'm trying to watch the JMU game over my
I
shoulder.
wanted to tell you a story, guys. When we were just moved here in '78, it was about '78. We had to move into a rental house on Fife Court, right up the street from ours, because ours wasn't finished built yet. So we rented this house for several months before we did that. And actually, when we first moved here, we moved into the Breezeway Motel over off of 29. Remember, you know what I'm talking about?
Unfortunately, still
Bill?
there.
Yes, it is. Anyway, we lived in that hotel for like a week or so before we got the rental property. We got the rental property. We were in there for a few months. Anyway, on our way home one night from Christmas Eve services, it was snowing heavily. And of course, that's all my dad's crap, Iowa, Germany, whatever. No problem with snow and stuff. But we drove down into the court of Fife. And I don't remember why, but we did. And when we came down in there and came around and our headlight flashed across the court, there was an old man with a sack on his back with a scruffy little beard. He was wearing a brown outfit. He wasn't wearing a Santa suit or nothing, but he had a hood with kind of a point on it. And we went past him. We saw him. And my dad was like, whoa, like, oh my God, I almost hit that guy. And then we turned and looked out the other windows. He was gone. It was the craziest thing.
Yeah, what was he
that I've
stealing?
ever experienced. Well, right. Was he stealing something? Was it the real Santa? Was it, whatever. And it was crazy. The guy just disappeared. It was just, the guy looked like, no, not exactly like that, but he definitely, that's a Santa. It's an old Santa Santas don't only America, we have the Coca-Cola Santa. There have been Santas around way before that never had a red suit and a red hat. And that's all Coca-Cola did that.
Right.
Coca-Cola made the red and white uniform of what we know now as Santa. But before that, it was, St. Nicolaus, and he wore what a cardinal would have worn, like a long, that's what I wear. I wear a long cape, coat, and with a nice vest and everything like that. So I'm going to start doing some Santas tomorrow, doing some virtual stuff. There's the Coca-Cola Santa. Yep, sure enough. And some people, that's what they want. They ask for the Coca-Cola Santa for their Christmas things. And there's some other Santas. Yep. Mm-hmm. Here, let me take off the.
All right. So look very carefully at this picture.
Hold on, Bill. I'm gonna take out the.
Okay.
So adding some scatological humor
Bill?
to your nativity. For you, a traditional nativity scene probably includes Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus, some shepherds, the three wise men. You get it. But in Catalonia, an independent region in Spain, you'll notice a strange figure in the corner, a cagner. A cagner is a bare-bottomed figurine eternally frozen in the midst of entering his hall of nature.
I can't see it, buddy. Back it up a little bit. Is that him? Oh, he's
That's
pooping.
him.
He's pooping.
And they do that in Spain.
Nice.
Interesting.
Have a little pooper in there.
Eat Kentucky Fried Chicken. Did you know that an estimated 3.6 million Japanese families treat themselves to a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas? In 1974, American fast food chain unveiled their Kentucky for Christmas marketing campaign in Japan. The story goes that KFC spread the idea that it's a time-honored Western tradition to celebrate Christmas with fried chicken. Although only about 1% of people in Japan identify as Christian, there was an exotic appeal to the campaign and it took off. Today, the tradition is so popular, it's highly recommended to place Christmas Day orders well ahead of time. You eat Kentucky Fried Chicken in Japan.
That's crazy.
In medieval Europe, they hang oranges around the house.
Yes.
Heard of that. Those are nice. Those look good.
In Sweden, they decorate straw goats.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
what?
Cool. Straw
In
goat.
Sweden, they decorate straw goats.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And the last one, in Sweden, they have one gigantic Yule goat.
Holy
Nice.
smokes. That's pretty cool. That's
That
seriously
is
cool.
kind of cool.
The city of
That's like the Tom Brady of
Gavle, Sweden, is famous for erecting the world's largest Yule goat every holiday season. Likewise, the Gavle goat is famous because it rarely lasts long enough to see Christmas come and go. According to the news site The Local, the giant effigy has only survived 16 times over its 5-decade history.
What, did somebody light it on fire or something? I imagine
Um,
you could do that. Just take a little lighter down there. There it goes.
doesn't say why it doesn't last.
Yeah, I'm sorry for my pyromania coming out again.
There you go.
Yeah, you could light
So-
that sucker up.
Anyway, that was all I had. So it has been a joy. It has been a blast to do this for the last couple of years. Like I said, I will pop
We
on
shall
from time to time.
carry on, la,
We shall
la,
carry
la,
on.
la,
We will
la,
find
la.
you'll find a new co-host, I'm sure. I'll pop in every now and then when I can.
I
But
could never find a new co-host, buddy.
You'll
Never.
just find-
I'll just have to. Me and Dee will have to do it.
I'm very excited to start work on my book and really be a part of all Emily's sports. So I'm going to really
Cool.
kind of like
That's cool.
not really be doing much except focusing on her sports and my hockey in this book. So I will catch up with people periodically.
Is your book going to have like a historical thing about goalies also?
No,
No.
it's just a feel-good sports story that I've been piecing together, but I really want to just kind of hang around the house and really just focus on it. So, but Emily's got, her like I said, she's got 24 games, and then she gets right into lacrosse, and then I got I'm in 3 different leagues for my hockey season. So
Is she a freshman this year?
sophomore on the varsity squad.
She's a sophomore.
She's a sophomore.
Wow.
Crap.
Impressive.
Yep,
They
she'll
had
start.
their first games, of course.
We had our first games. We are in Division 6 now, so they had a tournament. This didn't really classify for standings, so they had the game the other night. So they have their first regular season win. But it's great to see it in person, not see it on TV. To see my daughter actually play in person, play on varsity, because she puts her mind to it. She can accomplish anything. So it's fun to do that. But no, in 2022 is just, I really don't want to, other than my hockey and her sport, I don't really want to leave the house all that much. I just really focus on the book and just hang tight. I don't really have so. But it's been fun to do all this, and I will, like I said, I'll see you guys down the road. I'll pop in from time to time, see how you guys are doing. But you all, I'm sure, will carry on. So.
Well, hold on. I'm trying to find. I got their schedule here. I'd love to come watch them play if they come up this direction.
We won't be coming that direction.
But you come into
Westfield's
Garfield. That's close enough. I can hop down to Garfield. That's not a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, anytime you want to come see a game, dude.
Then
Then she'll go. The funny thing about sports in this is they're already talking lacrosse practices. I'm like, they're not even through the fucking winter sports yet, and you're already talking spring sports.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
February, that's when spring sports, all that stuff starts.
So 3 area teams here will be playing for the state championship tomorrow in football, and go Navy, beat Army. So. My father worked for the Navy, so I'm all go
right.
Navy,
Sorry.
beat Army.
Yeah.
Which they don't have a prayer to beat them, but
Army beat Navy.
My brother-in-law's Navy. He went to the academy, but
they don't have a prayer to beat them, but I'll root for them anyway. So it's always a great game to watch. So anyway,
everyone have down to Forest Park to see a game on Friday, the 17th, next Friday. I might be able to do that.
Hey, Billy Boy,
it's a home
feel
game,
free to come out to Freedom.
But that's a home game. So that's you guys. Well, no, I could come to Freedom. It's just a
feel free to come see one of my hockey games too. I play many a game, so feel free to come out.
To see your game. Where the hell is your place again?
Dulles Sportsplex.
Dulles Sportsplex.
But I'm really focusing on the book next year. My goal is by the end of the year, it's to a publisher. So I'm putting a little bit of pressure myself, but I want to get the damn thing done. So I'm tired of screwing around. Huh?
What book?
It's a book. It's hard to explain. It's a book about it's a goalie book. I'll put it to you that way. Where the starting goalie accidentally gets killed. The new goalie comes in, and the mask he's wearing, when he puts it on, things start to change, and they start to do better, and they get to the championship game, and so.
This is fictional. It's not autobiographical.
It's fiction, but it's coming from me playing as a goalie, kind of what it's like. So
that's cool.
We're going to our first Caps game later this month against the Predators. I don't ever play in Pittsburgh tonight, but we couldn't get the game on TV. I don't know if they won tonight or not.
And mummers, if the weather's good on January 1st, maybe we can do mummers?
Do what?
The parade in Philly.
Oh, the Philly. Yeah. I'd go.
Have you guys ever seen or heard of the mummers? Mummers.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I don't
like out of Philadelphia?
Yes. Of course you would.
Absolutely. The Mummers Parade.
It is like, take a moment to go on to YouTube and just type in mummer, Mummer. You're going to see it. Oh, and you're a musician. Oh, my God, yes.
They lost, Bill.
It's like Pennsylvania's answer to the New Orleans festivities.
Yep.
Yeah, but don't the mummers, don't they all play one instrument?
No.
That's not that deal? Okay, there they are.
No.
Bill's got a picture of them. What are the bands that go around, Amy? You know what I'm talking about. And they pick an instrument, like they're all saxophones, or they're all playing, and they're dressed up. They have really cool costumes. You've never seen them?
There's like Tuba Christmas. That's
this is different than that, but I've seen that.
There are street bands, but they all play different instruments.
Well, this goes on for about 12 hours. This parade goes on. They start drinking at about 7 in the morning when they put their stuff together, and it's go when it's not. I've gone twice because the weather was about 60 on January 1st, which is pretty damn
Pittsburgh
warm.
beat them 4-2, Bill.
But if you go, when it's 25 degrees, after a few minutes, you're miserable. Definitely go see the mummers. We should start a mummers band here.
We should.
That'd be cool.
South Riding actually had, on the side note, we got 2 new restaurants coming. Foster's Grill, and we've got a restaurant called First Watch.
Yes.
It's going to be coming in.
I already told you about that. You already said.
Oh, I heard. That's right.
First Watch is awesome.
That's going to your neighborhood, Bill. Yeah, we already.
It's taking over the old Ruby Tuesdays.
If you ever want to, go to the First Watch at Fair City Mall. Awesome food. They have them in other places too. You can look them up.
It's like a breakfast specialty place.
That's it.
They have. Well, they don't just have breakfast, but breakfast, lunch, and then they're closed in the evening. Right? Exactly, Fred. They're open till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something, and then they're closed. But you can get breakfast all morning. I mean, it's the same menu. It's one menu that has a lot of breakfast items on it. Yeah. A lot of like free range eggs, and they're very green type of place. So they have lots of those kinds of foods that are, you know, not dangerous to animals or whatever. They still have meats and stuff, but they don't like get their chicken from chicken farms and stuff like that. Whatever. But and that's cool. I mean, I don't have any problem with that. But it's perfect for people who are into that. You know, want to go in there with their leather belts and leather shoes and says, let's not be mean to animals.
Right.
By the way, a complete change of subject, not political, but political. Not last night, the night before, at about 8:45, the Supreme Court of Virginia issued the new maps. We're getting our congressional delegations,
Okay.
and our state senators and state delegates switched around. I've been hacking at this for the last.
Who would you say is going to be the most upset about it, Republicans or Democrats?
All the articles I read say they're going to be pissed at. Both sides are going to be pissed at some and okay with others, which is probably a fairly accurate answer, you know.
Which is fine with me. I mean, as long as it's not one-sided change, except for if they're trying to out somebody who's been in there for a long time. You know what I mean?
And they start cutting and shaping these things like no object you've ever seen in your life, and you go, "How can this guy way over here have something to do with this guy down here?" Why is it, you know?
Yeah.
So
dude, I say you just make a damn. What do they have? The graph paper. Just take a graph paper, make equal places, and then just put it down on the map. Okay, there it is, done. Without looking at it together, you know, without looking at them together, say this is going to be.
No, I have a solution. I have a solution I brought up to everybody. Nobody wants to listen. Everybody just goes, "Oh, okay." Why don't you look at zip codes first? The Postal Service has already figured out what we're trying to figure out: location. How are neighborhoods connected? That's what they want.
And how many people are in each zip code?
We all those zip codes have about the same number of people. Now there are the exceptions when there's maybe a university in one place, so the whole university gets a zip code. But outside of the big thing that pops up here and there, just look at what they did. Probably 90% of what you want to do has been done by the Postal Service. They know the guy who maybe looks like he's next to you can't get to because there's fences, and so they have different neighborhoods. And I always said, just start with the Postal Service and then adjust what you need to adjust. Yeah. But anyway, the almost every, in fact, I would probably say every district I looked at for whatever the job was has changed. So my state senator, my state delegate's going to change. There's a lot of change. Change for the better or the worse, who the hell knows? We'll know in the next couple of years as they start voting. But
and then it'll change.
If you're the voters, you want to pay attention.
And then it'll change again. And then it'll change again. Exactly. And as long as people keep all those elected officials accountable, then by voting for by voting, then it's going to be fine. I mean, we'll be fine, man. You know, I mean, I'm looking forward to, and don't have any idea what will happen, but I'm looking forward to seeing if there's going to be any, major changes with Youngkin in Virginia. I don't know. I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy to me, and that's just because the only thing I know about him is what I've seen on the commercials.
I love his vest. He's got a cool vest.
So I don't know, man. I mean,
he always wears a vest. Look at any picture of him, you'll see him in a vest, and that's cool. That's a look.
I'm waiting for him to withdraw the mask mandate in elementary schools. Now that we have the possibility for vaccination for students in my school, I'm so ready to take my mask off.
Can you imagine, though? Here's the thing. Everybody's so upset about masks. And luckily in this office, they tell me you don't have to wear a mask. And so I don't, even though I am not part of that population. I should be wearing my mask all the time, but I don't. But I should. And I have my mask right over here. I was just looking because I keep it handy. But I don't wear it in the building because if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. Well, I am vaccinated. Didn't work. Didn't work for me, so I'm not theoretically vaccinated. But I have been vaccinated. But they just released, actually, AstraZeneca's got a booster program, which is like every 6 weeks getting a shot for those people who are immune compromised
Oh.
and transplant patients and major whatever, all the organ
Right.
patients and stuff.
But you're not around
So-
500 little.
That's true. That's
kids.
you're absolutely right. And I have to tell you, what I'm saying is, in Japan and stuff, at the fall time, everybody wears a mask. Always have been for years to keep from getting the flu, because there's 800 different variants of the flu every year. And they're talking about these variants with COVID. Why is anybody surprised by this? The flu usually has several variants.
I've been getting my flu vaccine for the last 10 years. I regularly wipe down my room, my things, anything, and hand
Mary does the
sanitizer.
same thing.
I've been
yeah.
doing it for 10 years.
I know.
So flus, the virus, whatever you call it, goes through our school on a regular basis every 3 years. This doesn't faze me because I've been around germs.
Well, no, and I will say
years.
that you and those teachers and staff members that work in the school probably have antibodies to stop COVID. And I say that because, no, honestly, when I first started working in the school system, it was in Manassas Park High School, and I got hired as a security person. I was there less than a week and got deathly ill, was sick for a week. And I remember calling my boss, Mr. Kaiser, and saying, Ben, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never been this sick before. Had nothing to do with what's going on now. But I had the flu and the cold all at once. Mm-hmm. Why? He said, every new teacher, every new person into the school building gets sick the first week. And they get sick because of all the germs that hit them, and they're not prepared for them. So at this point, I'm going to say working in the school system may be why I'm doing so well with this transplant, because I've got a lot of antibodies in my body from all kinds of different bacterias and viruses and things like. There's hundreds of thousands of them in the air all day long, every day. And our bodies have the ability to fight off 90-something% of them.
I've been teaching for 30 years. And even that, every 3 years, I will have a small batch of something, a cold, whatever.
A variant. Variant will hit you.
Right. But it takes every 3 years, I get sick for a little bit, and then I'm good for another 3 years.
Yeah. Sure, I bet. I don't get sick. I mean, I just don't get sick. And I haven't, all this breathing stuff was crazy because I wasn't sick. I just couldn't breathe. And so it was definitely a lung disease. So, but that was the issue. I didn't get colds. I didn't get whatever. I never really think it because working in the school building, I got inundated every day walking into that building, and I would love so much to go back, but there's just no way. There's just no way it would kill me probably. And I've had doctors straight up tell me that. No, going back to work in a school will kill you.
Right.
So, as much as I would love to, because I love the kids and I'd love to work with them, but there's too many that we have. I remember the infectious disease guy came in and told me there are 78 something thousand. I don't know the number actually, but it's in the double-digit thousands of viruses and bacteria in the air, and our bodies are set up to fight 98% of them. But there's the 2% that people get hit with, and hopefully those bacteria you don't get hit with. I mean, they're regional. You have bacteria in some third world nations that that maybe your body just can't beat, and so that's why they give you shots and stuff when you go to those areas, because they want to give you extra antibodies so that you can possibly fight off anything weird. Anyways, lots of stuff. It was very cool. I've had a very good education of medicine and medications and diseases and things like that all now apply to me because I have to be careful about everything. And I was just in the doctor with my gout the other day, and he said it's gout, no worries. And what did he say? We were talking about rejection. How do you know? And if you stop taking, that's why he said, don't ever stop taking the tacrolimus, because if you do, your body will go into rejection immediately. And I'm like, what? So I have these pills that I take every day in the morning and the night that without them or missing them more than a couple of days, I could be the end of my life. And I'm just like, what? It's one of those things you just don't, and there's people who are with drugs. How many of us, like me, I had this gout that's been killing me. And so I upped my prednisone, and it is this morning I couldn't walk. I had to barely shuffle my way into the bathroom, and fear of wetting myself. But it was so much pain. And now I upped my prednisone on my own and everything like that. And now I can actually make it like down the hall to here. Because, honest to God, when I would talk to Bill earlier today, there was no way I was coming in here tonight. But I knew it was starting to feel better. And I figured by the time it's time to go in there, I'll feel well enough that I can hobble myself in there. And so when, I talking about Bill being on his last nights, I was like, oh shit, we got to have the show for sure. So that's why I'm here. And I do feel a whole lot better. I mean, my knee, I can touch it right now, and in different areas, it's very painful, but walking on it, not as bad. I mean, it's tender still, but the prednisone definitely was doing its job. And I also took some Tylenol, which they've told me a million times. You start getting pain, take Tylenol, and I'm just not a Tylenol taker. You know what I mean? I just don't take medicine. I take enough medicine, and I don't add, if I can help it, I don't add medicine to my regimen because, I just don't know how things are going to interact. I don't know how, all that crap. So, but anyway, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm here for my friend Bill. I'm glad that he's here. And I'm glad that you guys are all on with us. I wish we'd had Walter tonight, but it's all good. And I look forward to many more of these coming up. There's going to be I'm looking at a little bit of a change of how we're moving forward with More Joy, and I hope it's for the better. And I hope it will do well. And I want to continue to do these shows. So I hope you guys are all on board for that.
Yep. And I'll pop on periodically. See how you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
So,
all right,
guys. Have a wonderful night. Have a great holiday and a great New Year.
Christmas.
All right.
Happy
Bye,
New Year.
guys.
All right, guys. Bye, guys. Bye.
Peace out, everybody. Take care. Bye, sweet Amy.